Kazar rate 31 just resubbed for 66 months.
TY.
Dane Trader just resubbed for 11 months. And a wolf just resubbed for 6 months. Happy in-house day, everyone.
He's so quick to trade queens. He's so quick to trade queens. Wow. What was it about that move? What was it about that move?
Swayus Idols just resubbed for 55 months.
So this is, look at this. The computer says this is almost, Stockfish says this is basically almost even, right? And then this one pawn move, bam, black wins. This is today. This is the 9th of December. Oh, sorry. This is 7th of December. So this is today. Read above. 'Twas a shame because Magnus's next one traps the bishop. Oh. Where? Hang on, let's see. Okay. Right, yeah. That's pretty fucking swish. Although he can just... Yeah, no, he's fucked. Oh, man. Man, that's crazy. That was such a bad move. Wow, wow, wow. He took 5 minutes to get to the wrong move. That must really hurt. That's crazy. He will fucking take anything. Like, I would not have necessarily wanted to take that. I mean, I get it. Like, he's up a piece. In terms of, like, non-pawn pieces. He's got bishop rook knight to rook knight. And that's fine. Like, to Magnus is like, great, and I'll get that pawn too. So now I'm up a whole piece. Man, that was... Yeah, he had to... That knight move fucked him too. That actually fucked him. Because that then blocks his pawn from the cover of the rook as well. Like, that's a really bad move. This move.
Indo just resubbed for 6 months.
Because you know what's coming. You know he wants to push there. Interesting. I think it's interesting that I've watched I missed today's game, but I've in the afternoons I've had the chess stream on.
Empire Metal just resubbed for 14 months.
Thank you. It's actually the actual stream itself is I don't know, I found it kind of annoying. I don't find the host particularly entertaining. The things they decide to talk about, it's like they dramatize every move, and I get it. It's chess. There's not really much to say unless there's like a big move, like that pawn move that swung it. That's a big conversation. But for a modern audience, I think you couldn't just have silence either. But they've kind of gone the other way. It almost feels like there's too much chat about nothing, and too much
Inhouse night.
Just
Best
sort of
night.
I don't know. I just find it really boring, a lot of the stuff that they're saying. Whereas if you watch the chess.com stream, it's like a bunch of lads sitting around on a sofa watching the game and talking, and they're kind of trying to outdo each other with who can come up with the next move and stuff, which is kind of annoying. I do quite like the fact that they just say, this is what Stockfish says, and then they'll sort of say, this is what would happen if he made these moves and everything. Like, they keep it quite boring. But I mean, it is hard to fucking do a stream of chess. Like, God. This is not going to connect. Oh, I successfully unjinxed it. America's Ass versus Father John's Pizza. Zaraxis, Jekk, Zalapa, Dave, and Hellboy versus Rebel, Reg, Milk Chair, Addy, and LDC. Don't know who Milk Chair is. Might be a name change.
Hello there. How you doing?
Grand. Who's Milk Chair?
I've no idea. Toaster. I don't know.
Toaster. Have they played before? We don't know. We lack the ability to know. Wait, sorry, no. We lack the ability to care. They are banning Dave Yognot's Elder Titan.
Well, he... You know,
I did my audio.
Minus the Elder Titan, he goes from...
But I fucking
you
did it.
essentially start playing 4...
Right.
4v5 if he's not an Elder Titan. So it's an incredibly valuable ban. Some people, you only get rid of like a small advantage. You get rid of an entire player getting Dave Yognot off Elder Titan.
That's true. That is true. I don't think I've ever seen a Dave respect ban.
Look, we always said it's the same thing for Carl. It may be stupid to respect ban Carl's Witch Doctor, but if you literally make him a throwy player because you do it.
Yeah. Also, you're kind of inserting a saboteur into their team. They have banned
Exactly.
Venno. Let them pick Venno. Orge.
There's the Dave Yognot hero.
They have left him Orge, but they know he's a do-nothing Orge.
Meanwhile, on the other team, I don't know about the Dazzle ban, but the LDC Clinks is a thing to be feared. So I can understand why they respect ban it. Now here's the double pick. You see an Ogre Magi. You're like, how do we match that? I go fucking. Oh, I would say Jakiro. I was gonna say Grimstroke plus something with a targeted spell is a pretty good doubler.
I suspect they'll just pick Grimstroke anyway, regardless, and then pick no targeted spells, as we've seen many weeks. But there isn't really a Grimstroke. Has LDC, I think, might have played Grim? I can't remember.
Well,
Rebel
Grim
is in
Mid.
the game, and Windrunner has not been banned.
Yeah, true. I was going to say, inspired by Ashwin, Grim Mid has appeared in the pro scene a couple of times.
It's very good. I'm sure it
it is
falls
very
off
good.
horribly, but I think it's really, really good.
Well, you think it does, and then suddenly he has an Ags, and you're like,
Yes.
he's no longer off. He's at what you are, plus a bit.
130%, I think it is damage.
130%.
It's
What a
insane.
glorious thing.
I mean, it does take more damage, but it's like, who's clicking a little dark shadow in the fight? You know what I mean? And if they are, so be it. Disruptor. I
Oh,
love
if you lose track of it, it will just kill you.
it does so much. I think I feel like at the moment there are so many big fucking carries around that having Dark Portrait is like, oh, you want a big fat carry? Cool, yeah, go for it. Like I love it against Luna. You just make a Luna, and it's just devastating. It's absolutely devastating. You can take buildings real quick. She just fucking clicks like a. It's like I do still love Darkseer back wall because you can really get 3 or 4 lads wailing on someone, but
Yeah.
the Dark Portrait feels better.
Yeah, it really does.
Speaking of big bad carries, Disruptor is one of the best carry pairings at the moment. His shard is just a little bit absurd. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think it's pretty well balanced, but it is very, very nice to have. And it's a good counterpoint to Ogre with the Bloodlust.
I mean, I've always liked Disruptor. I've bored people with my same statement over and over again that he feels shit from behind, but when you're even or on top, he gets you that extra kill. It's just the control that he has of the enemy team is so big.
10 seconds.
And I think it's hard to really ignore when he gets a few levels in the static, whatever the fuck it's called, the electricity above your head. I've played this hero a million times. I don't know the name of any of the fucking spells. The ball of electricity is so annoying, and he pairs really well with quite a few heroes in the game for that extra vision that he gives. Lifestealer. Hello, Ashwin. Did you watch any of the
So-
chess?
Radiant team.
I've sort of bit way through the highlights.
I watched
Although I did watch the actual
impressively
game as well.
long game, and once Magnus won that, I knew his mental was absolutely broken. So there's not much need to watch the rest, and he has looked like a broken human being for the rest of the matches. So
I mean, he made a big boo-boo today. I was watching
he made a big boo-boo
the
today.
game like I've been watching the stream quite often in the afternoon. I'll be doing something on the one monitor like Dwarf Romantic or fucking, whatever other game, I'm Hoy or something, and I'll have the chess on the other stream, and it's quite I think that if you have the right stream on, it could be quite chill, where it's just occasionally you have to look up and sort of go, ooh. But the problem is that the main stream that I found on YouTube is too chatty. It's too much.
Yeah, imagine if Dota fucking tournaments were like 90% someone asking fucking Jenkins about what he thought about something.
Yeah.
And that's the chess thing. They have to. I mean, it's impressive. They have to come up with conversation topics like endlessly.
But
And they
don't
have
you
to
think?
talk about like 3 moves for
Yeah.
like an hour?
Yeah, they do. But the problem with that needing to come up with conversation thing is that if anyone says anything, they're so thirsty for a conversation nugget that they're like, tell us more about that. What expression was on his face? What kind of coat was he wearing? It's like, can we
Let's
calm?
get it on the board.
Yeah, it's just like, slow down.
Oh, I fucking loved one of the questions, and I like the chess, like the twitch.tv/chess stream a lot. I like the people they have on it. I like their commentary, but one of them actually asked Fabi, so why do players get up from the desk so much? And you just see the look in his eyes of like, I mean, I cannot. How do I answer that? Because you need to stretch your legs occasionally. Like, what are you supposed to do with that line of conversation?
And it's like they're constantly throwing to like the roving reporters, which is really tedious. Yeah, it's just like I don't know about the Twitch one if it's the same one. It's got the British lad on the desk with the glasses who plays, and then I think it's the two women and then some other lad. Is that's the stream I've been watching?
No, the one I watch is Robert. It's Fabi Caruana and Robert Hess and what's the other one's name? Danny Wrench.
Okay.
Who are like Robert Hess and Danny Wrench? I'd say they're probably the big two entertainment commentators.
Right.
Robert Hess is a GM. Danny's a bit worse, and they were like the face of Twitch commentating for a bit.
Right.
And then all the other streams are a lot more advanced.
Yeah.
Like they are the GMs talking to other GMs. I think someone in chat mentions one of my favorite streams is called Chess Network, and it's just one American lad, and it can get a bit repetitive, but it's also nice that it is just him talking, so you can have it in the background. You don't need to follow a conversation.
Yeah.
You just tune in and out of this guy's stream of consciousness.
Like I think it's interesting because they have so much time. Like, how long was that longest game? It was hours, right? Like
8 hours.
8 hours. Because I like they get to a certain number of moves and they get more time.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, I thought for a while, because it was draw, right? I thought maybe this is just Magnus plays so much blitz and fast chess that I think he kind of relies on the fact that he can just outthink his opponent with speed. And I thought he's not like able to just roll over Nepo in those early games, because whatever move he comes up with, the other guy's got like so long to think that it's not quite the same. And I wondered if perhaps he'd spent, because all he does when he streams is just blitz, and what does he call it? Yeah, I can't remember what he calls it. The thing where he has half the time of his opponent.
Oh, like mad mode or something like that.
Something like that, or apocalypse or something. But it's like he gets more points for that. Like if he gets a win in that mode. Yeah. I just think this guy is just like playing so fast. But then if you give him all the time in the world, is that going to change how he plays? Is he going to be like, whoa.
To put it into perspective, so there were two records set during this World Championships. It was the longest game, and it was the most accurate game ever played at World Chess Championships. So what that means is if you have two engines play each other,
this is what they come up with.
This is what they'll come up with. They deviated by, like, you can deviate by a certain amount of points away from the engine. So if you deviate 100 points away, that's like one pawn's worth of mistakes away from the engine line. So 100 is one pawn. Magnus deviated by 2 points, Nepo by 3.
Jesus.
So that's how much prep they're doing. That they, after the interview, will say, yeah, it was on move 27 where I introduced a curiosity away from the engine line to see if we could catch Nepo out.
But don't you think it's kind of killed the creativity a little bit? That they're all just playing with this engine that tells them what the optimal move is. They don't need to go and figure it out. They just get a computer to say, this is the best move. And then they just do it. Like, it just becomes an exercise in learning, literally learning by rote. What is the correct response? What are the next 20 moves after this opening? And what are they most likely to do? I just think, I would much rather just see two guys that are really fucking good at chess playing each other rather than have all this fucking engines. It just seems a bit wank.
I agree. It is. Well, you can tell from the way the conversations go. Before Magnus had that miraculous victory, it was, how do we fix this problem? Is classical chess just doomed to die because they are too good? Because, it had been 5 matches in a row where it was just going to be a draw. And you still have to talk about it for 6 hours. And the people afterwards still have to make a review video hyping it up.
Oh, man.
And then they make a draw.
Has a Gadma Tour been doing vids on the...
Oh, of course.
Yeah, everyone's been doing vids on it.
Oh yeah, Luke, your other hero says Hellboy. Well, very rude. Very, very rude.
Got him. Can't deny that he bloody got him though.
Isn't it? Is Luke on his team? It is. Wait. Which team is Hellboy on? Hellboy is the Earthshaker. No, Hellboy is on the other team. Oh yeah, Luke, your other hero. Very rude. Very rude. This is a POS 3 Prophet, I think.
I was quite excited by Dire's draft on the Lifestealer pick. I thought they were pretty comprehensively outdrafting Radiant. And then they picked Nature's Prophet and Lena, and I was less confident.
30 seconds.
I think this Axe will have a hard time though. It's pretty hard to lane an Axe into a Lifestealer.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know, this...
I mean, I will say this.
Nature's Prophet.
When he gets some levels in Counter Helix, if Lifestealer can't just click him the way he can most other melee strength offlaners, because Counter Helix is 180 pure damage once he maxes it. And he's going to max this first. It is pretty scary. I think the other issue is in terms of gap close, this Prophet basically needs to TP onto Sniper. The Lifestealer and the Lena have to get past Sniper and Viper, and then you've got 3 beefy burgers at the front stopping it. I think this is a good draft for Radiant. I think it's really fucking annoying, but I think it's a good draft. What they need to hope for is that Addy can catch the Sniper and glimpse him back into trouble. I think that's their best bet. But in a stand-up fight, I actually favour the Radiant draft a lot more.
I think the big X factor is going to be how much of a game Hellboy gets to have. Because double melee, offlane, it can be rough to get your start going on Earthshaker, and you really want to get like a 14-minute blink, I think is
that would
the
be,
aim.
That would be the good one.
And then every minute past that is another minute that your team is essentially completely gimped in team fights. And meanwhile he's doing this fucking annoying thing where he blocks the creep wave way back and you get a double wave for Dire.
I know you don't like Lena. Was she last pick, Lena? Was it Viper and then they picked the Lena? I feel like it was. I could be wrong.
I could not tell. I think there's a way to check.
Chat,
somehow.
Does anyone remember?
Lena was last pick.
So it's to counter the Viper.
Yeah. So I think that's fair enough. I know you're not a fan of the pick, but I'm pretty sure it was just let's pick a hero that can at least exist in lane against Viper, and I think she does decently.
This is interesting. So both players completely crushing the denies, but less so the CS. Lena's 3 and 6. Viper doing better, 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of denies to get early. That's a lot of denies.
That is a lot of denies. That's like a level almost.
Yeah. I think the big problem you see with Lena, at least early versus Viper, is she has to play way back.
Yeah.
Which means he can get these denies off. But you're right. As the lane goes later on, more towards like the 8-10 minute mark, Lena will just start putting out too much damage for Viper to stand close.
Agreed.
What's going on the top lane? They're bullying Zalapa, and Zalapa is creep
I think
skipping.
he's trying to skip the creeps. I think he's got the battle hunger on Jakiro. He's maxing battle hunger, which is the incorrect build, I think. I do it myself sometimes if there's a squishy support. Jakiro is not that squishy.
Crusader_Ray15.
Yeah, there are justifications for doing it, but it always comes down to once the lane is done.
Yes,
that's
the
just
problem.
Feel so sad trying to get
Like you basically need to get kills in the lane with it. Uh-oh. They kill Prophet. Like the point I like if you have the right pairing, the slow is useful because it means you can both catch up to the guy, whoever it is you're trying to kill. Because look at that, the move speed bonus of 15%, it slows them by 15%, so it's a net 30 difference essentially. 40 DPS, and on a little squishy support like an AA or something, you can end up feasting on them, but then you kind of push them out of lane, and like you said, Nick, Viper died as well. Rebel got a kill on the Viper at level 4.
What? That's pretty
And the
unexpected.
sniper just died. Addy will pay for it, but that's fine. I'm sorry if we're missing these kills. I need someone to tell me when this stuff is happening.
Yeah, they are a bit unexpected. You really should not be dying as a Viper.
I was not
Especially not on
expecting
the enemy
that.
high ground.
I was not expecting that.
Um,
Before she hits 6 especially, because that's a
Yeah.
disaster now, really. Although he is...
Hellboy making some nice sort of quiet place top. He's pump faking his Q to force Lifestealer to rage, and then saving it for a better opportunity.
That
So
is
he's,
nice.
he's messing with Reg a bit.
Dave is doing things to Addy, but he has been treed. Addy, however, is bending down. Dave wants to retreat. So Dave has... I don't know if he has anything flying out. He has 6 tangos, a healing salve, and an orb of venom. So Dave has no mana, nor the means to acquire it, other than waiting patiently.
I think Jekk is just doing the smart thing of playing around Dave and has bought no regen himself at all.
Right.
And then at least he can feast off of Dave's regen.
Whew, look at this! 3 bands of Elven Skin, 2 slippers of agility, and a fairy
This is
fire.
the greediest build I have ever seen.
Alright, Dave has just ferried out a Clarity and 2 Mangoos, so fair play. They're going to try and get Zalaper here, maybe? No, he just gives it the walk away.
They need level 3 on Jakiro for the level 2 dual breath, really.
Yeah.
He's a bit too... He jogs a bit too quick at the moment, especially if he turns around and puts the Battle Hunger down on Jakiro first.
I had the worst game of Dota today that I've played in some time.
Well, I saw
Did you see the
a
Invoker
message
game?
in NHU where they said that you lost 4v5. Or
Yeah, we
4v4.
did, yeah.
And I was like, that can't feel good.
It was horrible. That was a different game, but we just couldn't compete with the AM. Like it was just every fight there were people apologizing. That was how it went. And then I played Invoker against Sand King mid, and it was the most miserable mid I've had in a very long time.
Oh, don't say that. We don't want the return of the Greg Sanking. We're well past that now.
I'm telling you, it
Don't
was
make us
so
think it's good
strong.
again. Oh no. Jack's gonna die in bot lane.
Biff him,
Gonna be another
Dave.
trade for Addy.
Oh, well on Addy!
Gets away with murder there.
Voodoo Hamster just resubbed for 43 months. Flax. My mate Hindu Hamster has 600 MMR. Tell him he's a terrible player.
I'm not gonna tell your mate he's a terrible player. He might be awesome. He's probably better than me. I'm dreadful.
He might also be bigger than you are, and you don't want to.
This is true. Reg is just trying to eat Hellboy. He does.
Meanwhile, Zalafa, it's a game of trade. So, oh, look at this, Addy going for play top lane.
Oh, hello.
Just resubbed for 51 months. A sublime
If
day
they
for
get
an
this kill, this has been
anniversary
a
resub.
genius play.
Outhouse Day.
I think they will.
I think they
3 seconds on
absolutely
next
will.
level strike. That was
Wow.
really good.
Really
Holy
nice
shit,
from
Addy.
Addy. Well done. That's 2 good
So
things
they-
from Addy. He basically, by dying to the tower, he denied the direct kill XP and bounty to Dave. Split it between the heroes, so that no one got a ton. That would have probably been Dave happily getting boots.
What's Addy up to now, though? Maybe go for a try and kill mid? Lena's got 6. Oh, they're just going to kill Hellboy again. I always like to see support shaking it up a bit, you know?
They kind of lined up for that one, though, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I think it's probably not a kill.
If Lena
Probably- I
had just
think-
fucking come over.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I think to make that a kill, you have to not dual breath until the Earthshaker's glimpse back.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Addy's gonna die, I think. Maybe not. Oh my god!
Oh, speak of the rotation. here
Lena
they come.
comes over. Don't have trees. Don't ban LD is his title. I think Dave at this point could probably just leave Jekk because they're not there. Go and get some stacks, Jekk. Dave. If Jekk dies, I mean, who fucking
Dave,
cares?
you're not unsupervised roaming the map. You don't know what madness will occur.
This is true. There is a DD top. This has definitely been a good farming show from Jekk. He's got 47 last hits and 8 denies. That's a good goon score. Lifestealer 43 and 9. Viper has also farmed well, 44 and 18. Lena 33 and 17. So she's been struggling. I don't know quite what's happened. Lena normally pretty good at.
I wasn't watching the
picking
mid
up last
CS too much because I was expecting it to be a bit of a boring matchup. But I noticed that Rebel was sometimes not denying the range creep that was just being like the Viper W would kind of tick it down and she wouldn't go for it. So maybe just not really.
They do
awake
kill
yet.
Addy. Prophet is maybe looking for something here. Nope, nope. They managed to get it. Hellboy came around with a rotation. Little Fisher got the kill. Meanwhile, top. Reg versus Zalaper.
I think what Dar should be doing now is Lena has a double damage. She has her ult again.
Oh.
Look for another kill on this Viper.
You know, I think I've missed every kill.
That's pretty impressive.
Like, whatever it is I decide to click on ends up not being the thing I needed
You know,
to be
we were
watching.
discussing the most accurate chess game in history, and this is the least accurate
This is
bit
the
of
least
casting in
accurate.
history.
Yeah, the least accurate camera work that's ever happened.
Yeah, I think when Luke respawns, go mid, try for kill on Zeraxis. If it doesn't work out, you just pressure that tower, because you know there are 3 heroes hitting bot, so bring some pressure somewhere else.
Oh dear, Rebel, look out. I think Zeraxis should have maybe turned there, but no, maybe not. She's got
Yeah,
a
there's a
DD.
chance. They're
got a
going
DD.
back to fight bot.
There's a glimpse on Dave.
That man could
Addy
not
there.
care less.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. And now, LDC also kind of waddling about fairly low. Here comes Rebel.
Ink Rebel.
Gets
With
the tree.
phase boots. I don't like phase boots. They're okay. Jekk is feeding.
I don't know why he stuck about there. That was an interesting
Well,
one.
it's a good rotation.
It was. Double kill for
Yours
Rebel.
first on Rebel. That's gonna be good.
You're a boot to travel proponent on Lena, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lena builds are pretty simple, really. You go brown boots, and if you need the heals, get the heals. If not, go bots. Shadowblade BKB, or BKB if you need it first. BKB early is very important.
Yeah.
I've seen the likes of Gregory fall at the mistake of not getting a BKB early enough.
Well, he's always looking to buy Glimmer Cape or a 4-star to transition into support Lena.
Hellboy very far away from Blink, by the way. Is going
Yeah,
mana
he's-
boots first. I think when
5
you've got a
assists is
soul
nice.
ring, you probably don't need to get mana boots before Blink if you're gonna play it rightly.
What do you think about the skill build on Lena? 3-3-2?
I think I would always max Dragon Slave against
Oh,
Viper.
yeah. With Ted here, you're gonna max Dragon Slave into maxing your Fiery Soul, really. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's gonna be great.
Like the difference in Light Strike away is 0.6 seconds stun. And
It's interesting that she
a
hasn't
little bit
maxed
more
any of her
damage.
spell.
Yeah,
She's gone 3 and 3.
that's almost like when I play Invoker.
Yeah, for your.
Yeah.
I really want one day for you to just whip out a level 3 deafening blast in a lane, and that would bamboozle any mid player.
They would
you run up
never
against.
see it coming.
They go
Hellboy
for a
might
rage
be in
creep,
trouble here.
yes,
There's
and
the
they just
glimpse.
get the long range.
Whoa!
Oh god.
There's a nice echo, but no follow up. Dave 10 armor. Doesn't give a hoot.
I think Radiant is not getting the better of this exchange. Like last time, Rebel
Game
rotated,
fancies
killed-
them. Game fancies them. 71% win.
I think that's just because Sniper's very farm. But right now, these fights, they're losing Hellboy in pretty much every single one. And he's not getting farmed. And they lost Sniper in the last one. They really, really, really need to give Hellboy just a safe lane to farm. Maybe top now that Axe has taken the tower. Axe can just fuck off and let Hellboy take it. Because he's
Zalpa,
got,
you don't
what,
win this
500
fight
gold?
without creeps around you, brother. He could just TP out. He's just gonna walk away. Red. Can't get him. They've smoked here.
Speaking of blink daggers, Axe has one.
Yes, Axe does. Earthshaker does not. But I guess as long as you got one lad to set it up, you got the waddle in from Shaker. What the fuck is that Viper set, says someone. I don't know, I was intrigued by it also. It's very red.
He's like a turtle bug.
Dragon turtle thing.
Yeah.
Who's item builder week? Not item build.
Viper's
Viper.
costume.
Viper.
We were, you know what, back in the day when I used to play Warhammer, there were dragon turtles. I can't remember what they were, but I remember everybody thought they were fucking awesome. I can't remember what particular... Someone will have to remind me. Zalapa is in big trouble here.
Well, a dragon turtle is just like a bit OP. You're like, you spec max offense and then you've got yourself some giga defense.
True. I think you've been watching
it's
some peer
unfair.
do videos.
It's unfair. No, I'm just thinking about it, you know.
Tell you what, I've been watching a shit ton today. Would I Lie to You clips on YouTube. It's just, what a show.
Any of the ones with Bob Mortimer.
Oh,
That's
incredible.
because I'm a big Bob Mortimer fan.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Reeves and Mortimer was the show I grew up with as like.
I saw a clip the other day of, it was Bob Mortimer and someone else, and they just went fishing, and that was the entire show.
That's him
And
and,
it was on
Paul Whitehouse.
Season 4. Yeah, Whitehouse, that was it.
Yeah.
And there's on season 4 of that, and I thought, God, there must be like 20 people who are utterly devoted to that show.
It's not for me. I'll be honest with you. It's not a show I'm a particularly big fan of, but nice glimpse. It was quite popular because it is just two. Like if you were my age and liked shows like that, you know, boring ones. It's basically two guys that you grew up with, two comedians that you grew up with. Like Paul Whitehouse did the Fast Show with Harry Enfield, Bob Mortimer obviously Reeves and Mortimer. So they were like two comedy legends from the 90s, and to a slightly lesser extent the noughties, I'd say, especially in Paul Whitehouse's case, doing a show. So what's not to like? But it wasn't for me, even though I do enjoy fishing.
Do you?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
fishing's fucking great, dude. Have you ever been fishing?
I love watching shows about fishing.
Have you guys
Well, I
ever
think-
been fishing?
I have never been fishing.
It
no.
is
Really?
so much
Never been
fun.
fishing.
You've never been fishing?
Oh my god, they're going on axe here. Addy's used the ult.
This is a sad way to die.
I don't know
That
why
was a
Zalabar
really
is
sad way to
persisting.
die.
Oh
So
my.
there.
Oh, the
I'm
Echo.
on top. Milk chair in trouble.
Oh, Dave, you
Here
bastard.
comes Addy. He wants more.
Glimpse up in 10. I think Reg
Oh,
will kill
ruh-roh.
2 people here. Oh
I
no,
think Rex-
Velvishire
Addy
as well.
needs to be bloody careful. What are you doing, Addy, buddy?
Oh no, this is feeding.
Oh, here comes LDC. Just got an Orchid. Everyone's very tanky. This is not a very good profit game, I must say.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, we said in the draft it was the most suspect pick out of all 10 picks. I think, as you so pointedly put it in a message the other day, Ashwin, stop picking no team fight, no stun offlaners.
Yeah.
And Prophet, he can be great, but he really fits that kind of niche.
Yeah. I honestly think the other thing that people forget is I don't think you need him as a 3. Because you tend to get so much money as Prophet anyway, split pushing, that I think as a 4 in lane, he's super obnoxious. And early on against the right lineup, especially against a team that doesn't have like a lot of quelling blades and stuff like that, he can be really good. The global push, that threat of him hitting your tier 3 when you can't go high ground, I think is strong in a lot of scrub games. I mean, the number of times that I'm playing with lads are like, oh, tier 3, and someone will TP back. And it's like 2 creeps hitting it. But the announcer says, your top tower is under attack. They go, oh! They sort of panic and flee. So I think having a lad there doing that is actually quite strong. And also he's fun. He's fun to play. But yes.
He is fun.
I think as a 3, I think it's a huge waste of time. Because like I said, how the fuck do they ever get to Sniper or Viper? How? They're in big trouble.
I think maybe when he gets BKB, the old TP in and BKB strat
Yeah,
works.
but then he's just
but-
standing there.
But then he is just standing there, and it's not the most pleasant thing in the world to do.
Doesn't have
And
a
they've got
stun.
a decent amount of BKB piercing shit as well.
Yeah.
Viper Strike in particular is going to ruin your
Thank
day.
you for the gift subs. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Angry Scotsman
Speedtac
just resubbed for
712.
24 months, 2 years total. Been
They managed to
watching
get
a
on Rebel
lot
again.
longer.
Thank
but
you,
happy
Angry
to
Rebel
make the
is
show.
dead.
Thanks for all
Very
the
dead.
great content all the time.
Oh!
The battle hunger, she needed a gill.
Oh, Dave Yognor's coming for death, and so is Hellboy. They want more death.
He's got the echo. Here it is.
Boom! Oh, nice play from Dave, finishing it off. Good comms. However, Milk Cherry's going to finish this pool.
That was really worth it.
Yeah.
2 and a 3 for 3-4-5. That's pretty nice for Radiant.
No TP on Xeraxis. TP on Jekk, but... Oh, they never tap.
They don't have tower. And fuck it, don't turn up to that anyway. That's your goon squad making plays down there. Your 3, 4, and 5.
Snook said she doesn't like fishing because she wants to leave the fishies where they are. I always put the
You put the
fishies
fish
back,
bro.
apart from the ones that I eat. Like, we ate. I went fishing in Florida. It was great. And we ate fish that night. And it was delicious. It was fresh, actual fresh fish. And I'd had to outsmart those fuckers in order to eat them.
Wasting the fish, that's a no-no.
Yeah, Jesus. I'm talking about catching for dinner. And also, I'm not being funny, Stu, but once you've seen these things close up, they're not much.
They're not super impressive.
They're just, they're fucking idiots. You'll catch the same fish a few times in a row. It's like, what are you doing, son? Did I tell you about
octopus fishing before?
Oh wow! What specifically for octopodes?
Yeah.
I caught a Jack Ravel.
It was like 5 in the morning.
Oh my god!
Pretty early on.
Go get up early to outsmart the octopodes.
It's just a lad in his little fishing boat.
When we went in Florida, we had to hire a boat. Looked him up on. Oh my goodness, that's a good call.
Hellboy's in.
Oh, this isn't good.
Oh,
Ruh-roh!
It's gonna be a dead axe.
Nice bloodlust, Dave.
It's a dead axe.
It is a dead axe.
I think it's
Bonk!
Hellboy's in.
Boo! Red's in trouble. He's got fish up. Bap! Blop! Splort!
Might have saved Hellboy there. I don't know actually. hard to say, but he didn't have slam up. Maybe he never.
Jekk, meanwhile, just hitting things. So we had to hire this lad through. I think it was a few years ago. So I think we got him through the Yellow Pages, and called him up. Captain Dave is a top lad, and he was like, yeah, you can bring your daughter, no problem. And I think she would have been about 5. And I took this was my eldest, and we went fishing, and she absolutely loved it. She had such a great time. That's a dead Hellboy, maybe? No. What a sucker. What's he doing? Oh my god, Addy. Addy wants to perish.
Addy dead. Oh, Addy dead.
And I caught a fish called a Jack Ravel.
Wow.
And it was quite the struggle. I was like battling this thing for a few minutes. I was like leaning back. I was like, there's a big one, Captain Dave. He was like, maybe. I was like, yeah! When it broke the water. It was about 5 inches long. It was this little tough fish. I said, Jack, back you go, son. God bless you. And then Captain Dave let my eldest daughter drive the boat, which I thought was madness. But it's Florida, you can do things like that.
Was it like a speedboat?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, you need licenses and shit.
She did great.
Yeah, so it was an actual like speedboat, not just a motorboat.
Oh, well, yeah, sorry, a motorboat.
Yeah,
It travelled at speed. He's got a fucking Scotty, by the way.
Who does?
Jekk.
Oh, that's pretty sad for Lifestealer.
Oh dear, LDC has perished. The Dire team look like they want to die. Xeraxis doesn't have mana. Oh lord.
That's really pretty pathetic.
Oh.
Not having mana, and the Lifestealer just walks at you.
It approved just resubbed for 5 months.
Run, Dave.
I think that was in part.
What are you doing, Dave?
Dave's going for a play. Oh, have you got the multicast though?
Yours is up. Yours is up.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, this is such a riff.
Christ. Yeah, I think Dire just really quickly recognised that LDC, doing the proper Nature's Prophet thing, he died down bot lane,
yeah.
Which means one important hero is off down there killing him, who can't then be with his team top lane.
It's true.
Well, this wasn't the ocean. We weren't at sea. We were in an inlet in Florida. Or a strait. So it's land on either side. Lots of manatees about. Saw a manatee. Ugly things. God bless them. Apparently they're not endangered anymore. So poggers.
No, they're
Very cool.
Oh, hello. Big cool top. That's a dunk. What? What was the hold up? I think you definitely had him, Bliat.
Yeah, my dad is really into sailing and boats and that sort of thing. So we'd always go on holidays sort of pootling around the coast. But never fishing was never really on the menu.
Oh,
Don't know why.
So much fun.
I mean, I think I'm like Ashwin that I watched River Monsters in my formative years.
My mate loved that
In
show.
my formative years, Trawlermen was one of my top shows. Just like, not it, that. So there were a few things about it. I liked the sort of like real life aspect of it, like you know, the ships trying to make enough money to fucking eat
Yeah.
or whatever. And then not being able to understand half the people on it because they're all like deeply Scottish.
Yeah. You know what? I do love fishing. What I don't like is the gigantic 25-mile long industrial nets. Like, I really hate that because here's the thing. A lot of that fish goes to waste. A lot of the fish that they catch, they just dies. And they're like, oh, we can't use that. And they toss it back and it's dead. And also, I just think it's not very sporting. How about we just eat slightly less fish and pay a little more for it, rather than say, no, the price of fish is X. Oh, Zaraxis might be in danger here. I'm going to say is. He's dead. Dave also in trouble. Wow! I don't know if it's worth this for Dave. Zalaper is trying to hold him up here for Jekk to get a kill. Jekk is going to kill. They get a dunk. They
Jekk
get
is
one.
just clicking at the back. He has no care.
Jekk is doing classic sniper things. Oh, Jekk!
Oh my god, go Jekk! Oh, lucky.
He's going to try and head him off at the past.
I think he tried. Go on, don't be a pussy. Try
I
and
think
turn
LDC
around.
was thinking about going.
Yeah.
That's 8 dead.
Yeah, I mean, Lifesteal had the right idea. Fury in his eyes, he tried to charge down the sniper. But the rest of his team was like, no, we're going to use every single ult on their fucking
On
ogre.
Dave. Get Dave! He's the danger man!
I have been fishing on the high seas.
Oh, what's that like?
Not catching anything particularly interesting. But the stuff we did catch, I think we caught a few like Dorado. And they're like super colourful when they come out of the water.
Yeah.
Like gorgeous scales, and then half an hour later they're like grey.
Tragic. That's because their home is the sea.
And then everyone got seasick, which was not
Yeah,
ideal.
I get quite badly seasick on little boats. It's a shame.
Radiant's top tower is under
But
attack.
yeah, fishing is really fun. It is genuinely super relaxing for the human. Anyway, I'm sure it's terrifying for the fish. But the one thing I can't do is put the little prawn or little fish on the bait. I can't bring myself to do it. So I
You
get
gotta have
the
little maggots.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to do it. I'm not killing anything when I fish. Like,
Make sure Captain Dave was there for you though.
yeah, Dave did it. All the fish that I caught, the hook was just like they've got like this bony mouth. Like if you've ever seen a fish head, it's a very bony mouth, and there's basically nothing around it. So the hook goes in, you take it out, and they're back in, and there's no blood, there's nothing. Like as far as I could tell, there's no damage to the fish that's been caught with the hook, really. And most of the bigger ones that might be damaged, you're gonna fucking eat them anyway. I caught one fish called a toadfish, which was the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen. And when you take it out of the water, the captain said, "Careful, these bite." And they have really a powerful bite. And he was like, "We'll have to kill it and like cut its face off to get your finger out." I was like, "All right." I won't put my finger near his mouth. And when it's out of the water, it goes, like it grunts, like it's trying to curse you.
It's the sound of suffocation.
It's kind of like Shadow Demon. The sound of suffocation.
Hellboy,
Hellboy has fucked up. Hellboy has fucked up so bad.
Dave, what are you doing?
Go on, Dave, get in there, son. Yes, Dave.
They're really blowing their lead here.
That was
I'm
a pretty
concerned for them.
baby mistake from Hellboy in that he tried to force stuff out of Disruptive Circle.
They lost
And
20% of their win prob in the last 2
I think
engagements.
Zaraxis maybe has missed a trick with this Maelstrom. You don't build the Maelstrom for the Maelstrom, you build it for the Gleipnir.
Oh, he's going AC now, you're right. Yeah.
No, toadfish aren't poisonous. Look up a Jack Revel. That's a hell of a fish.
Right.
It's
Jack
Revell. There are some pictures of some very big ones. The one I caught was tiny. Like, it must have been a baby.
Jekk Revell.
Revell. Yeah.
It's just come up with a picture of some guy.
Maybe that was. I don't know. Oh, that's
Maybe
Dave
word
Revell.
fish in the search.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do Jekk Revell fish.
Jekk Revell.
Interesting.
Turns
Not
out,
a huge
for
amount
years,
comes up, to
you
be
had
honest.
no idea that Captain Dave was just fucking with you.
Yeah, Captain Dave was just fucking with you. That was
No,
actually
I
just
must
a
have
match.
misremembered the name. It might be
Good
Jack
negotiation
Revel
vibe.
or something like that.
Maybe he was just telling you to get back, you melt.
Zalpa
Going
down!
on a clicking here.
But
Red
the
Mother trouble,
clicking-
He's getting someone.
He's got
him
in
toaster.
milk chair! Zaraxis BKBs!
Hello.
He wants
BKB is
more!
the trump- is the
Go
trump card.
LDC!
Don't let
Oh,
LDC
oh!
get out, lads. Jesus.
And he clonked. Wow.
Given how bad the start of that fight was for Dire, they got a 3-man call on Lifestealer and Lena +1. I think it was maybe Jakiro. It wasn't too bad in the end.
Crevel Jack. That's
Crevel
it.
Jack.
So he called it a Jack Creval. He called it a Jack Revel. So it's Creval Jack. I'm sure it's a Floridian thing. It's a Jack Revel, but he
Wow.
didn't call it a Crevel Jack, but that is what it is. It was a wee one.
You know it. It's got the sort of the bald head like you. It's got a nice round
Do any
dome.
fish have hair?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
he's got a nice
Got
round
no
dome.
dome.
If
He's got a
look up,
dome.
He's got a big old round
There is
dome.
that one fish that's got an absolute dome. I can't remember what it's called.
I mean, a pufferfish is just a dome.
Rebel? Oh, the fisher! I can't remember. He's got the most gormless look on his face and then just a big fucking dome. Dome fish? No, that can't be it.
Don't Google that. Don't. Don't even try.
No.
Parrotfish. That rings a bell.
Let's have a
That
look.
sounds like an actual fish.
Isn't that the one that knocks the shells on the
No, it's
fucking
not the
rock?
parrotfish.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Big-headed fish.
Dire's top tower
Parrotfish is
under
pretty fucking.
Yeah, look at it. This is the lad. This is the fucking lad.
What's it called?
Hold on.
Radiant's middle tower
I'm going to try and
is
find
under
out.
attack.
What's his name? He is called the blobfish.
Oh.
Of course, of course.
LDC going Dune. Reg can't do anything.
Seems like
Look
once
how
again.
sad he looks. Oh. He's so pissed off with how God is giving
Oh, the echo.
Just resubbed for 13 months.
Oh my god, milk chair just
This is
perished.
a buyback from Reg, and he's not safe. He's dead. Well, what a terrible turn of
Is it a
events.
Jekk MVP?
I don't know
Jekk
what else you
is
can argue.
10, 4, and 13. So
This guardian.
Oh,
coach
go on,
is
Addy!
fucking genius.
Dire's top tower
Jekk, actually, if he gets on someone, there
How
is
did Dave
no
die?
escape. How did nobody get a ghost scepter? Why has fucking Addy bought a fucking hood?
I do not like the Fire and Yasha on Lena. Why are the lads getting pointless items when they could just buy a BKB?
Get a BKB.
Yeah, it was literally Zaraxis turned up to a fight with a BKB, and the game is just over because how do you have none of your own.
Dire's middle tower is
Wow.
under attack. Dire's middle
This
tower
game just seems to have happened. I'm going to be honest.
This
We
was a
missed about-
decent game of Dota. We just also had other things to talk about.
We're talking about Blobfish and the Rebel Jack.
How did you cheat to win this time? Very
This is,
good.
of course, referring to Hellboy's blatant cheating last week.
Viper. Wow, that was something. Your BKB just sort of stood there. Is there any chance they come back? Of course. But the computer says, Stockfish says 95% win probability for Radiant. Jekk is enormous.
Jekk is a large and in charge.
Look how fast
And he's got a
attacking.
dope ass set to go with it.
He do. Yes, he do.
I mean, the set is MVPable in itself.
Spaceman
He could play like a massive noob and still get the MVP in my books.
I mean, I suspect he will. Did you see the Reddit
MVP
post
is
of that lad
worthless.
complaining about snipers' guns?
is under attack.
No.
It was quite funny. It was him talking about how few of Sniper's guns actually have a trigger, and how often he's just holding. Oh, hello.
Oh, they're going on Jekk.
They get him. They bloody get him. Uh-oh.
Why didn't Hellboy blink on the fucking things properly?
He glimpsed Dave away instead of blinking one of these lads towards him.
Here we go. Here comes Hellboy with the biggest slam of his life. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Go, Hellboy. No, why'd you give up? No, you clicked the wrong
You
thing.
fool!
Rebel in trouble. Rebel dead.
Rebel did die, but these glimpses. Reg is coming back in to feast on Dave's body. Get in there, Zaraxis. Go on, son.
Oh, he's getting the Glepnir now. A chilling thing.
Well, I'm really glad I didn't say there's no chance Dire will come back in this game, because that's what I was thinking. Maybe the Caster's Curse can hear my thoughts now.
You're speaking about the Caster's Curse like it's a real thing. It's a myth,
It is a
as we
real
all know.
No, definitely. Oh, of course.
Addy has finished pipe. Why?
Yeah, the Disruptor item choices.
Radiant's bottom
Addy had a
tower
brilliant
is
first
under
5 minutes, and it has generally been downhill from there.
has fallen.
I was
The
talking
pipe.
to the lads this morning about pipe. Look at what it does. But it does block 400 magic damage. But at this point in the game, who fucking cares? Like, how often Disruptor, before they come in with the Echo, you're basically blocking what? Dave's spells, Shrapnel, and Nether Toxin. Because Echo's always going to just
not
fucking
a lot of
mod.
their damage, which is magic.
It's your problems are fucking Jekk. Your problem is Jekk. Get a Ghost Scepter or some shit. The thing is, if there's anyone in the game that casts spells, the lads won't get Ghost Scepters. I guarantee you.
I mean, they've got an Aeon Disc, for God's sakes. And there's so much poke damage on the enemy team, they can genuinely remove Aeon Disc every single time
Yeah.
with spells that have, like, no cooldown. If they just Sniper ult him and maybe, like, Fissure, his Aeon Disc is gone, and it's pointless.
Like, I just think that the reason you get things like Hood and stuff like that on some heroes is because they're tanky or you need them to survive for the entire fight. Addy should not be looking to survive in every fight. Like, I think that's the wrong way to itemize. I think the best thing to do is, if you can get Ghost Scepter, that means that Sniper and Viper can't just fucking stand there clicking you down, which is a pog. But the main thing that your team needs you to do is get your spells off before you die. And I just don't think Pipe helps him with that. Because if he gets out of position at all, which is possible, Jekk is just going to fucking click him and he dies. That's it. He's got nothing. Has no escape.
The one good thing for Dire is that Reg has got his shard now. So if he gets on top of the Sniper, there's a much better chance of him killing him now with open wounds.
It's true. But this is an issue. Because as we've
Yeah.
said, they have no jump. How are they going to get past this
Dire's bottom tower
miasma of horrors?
Oh, this is a way to jump in. Look at this on the backline, Invisible Luke.
Hello! But instead, they are being clicked. Luke trying to kill Zaraxis, that ain't going to cut it, sir. The Echo goes down, they're trying to get Reg. He gets the toggle off, but he is clicked. Reg also. Reg dead. Milk chair. There's that Aeon disc. It is Ogre.
I mean, I guess that's the best initiation they can do, so I can give them points for trying. But it was really shit.
Yeah.
It's GG.
It's
I
GG.
don't know why they haven't called it.
Oh no, I
Very much
done the
over.
curse. A nice fissure from the end boy. Everyone dead, just milk chair left.
Well, a bloodlusted Viper is a terrifying thing. Anytime, lads. I'm sure they're doing this to troll us at this point. Well done. You've wasted everyone's time.
I reckon they're post-game analysing it and just have forgotten. Who you reckon they're blaming?
Dire's radiant
LDC.
LDC.
That's who I'm blaming.
The Addy pipe. If I looked at if I was on Addy's team, and I hadn't looked at his inventory before that point, and then I looked at his inventory and I saw he had Aether Lens pipe,
Yeah, that's true.
I would blow up like a volcano.
I'm definitely saying it's a dish on for Addy.
I think sadly it has to be because he had a really good start, did some really pog things, and then just built the shittest items possible, really. And I think also getting an Aeon Disc is super fucking shit in this game. Like, just get a fucking Ghost Scepter, lads. Alright, sometimes Ogre's going to waddle up and multicast you and you're going to die, but got a lot of physical damage out there. Just get the fucking Ghost Scepter. The Sniper can't do shit. You can at least get on him and get a stun off, because he didn't build a BKB. He didn't have to. Nobody got on him. MVP Jekk, are we happy with this?
Of course, MVP Jekk. I'd like to throw an on to either Zalaper or Hellboy, because I think both of them did some really good things this game. It's just who do you think had the better initiation?
Zalaper did not get a Soul Ring, so I'm tempted to say Zalaper.
You're right. We have to give him some like Pavlovian positive reinforcement. So I think an on for Zalaper then.
I think honourable for Zalaper for not getting a Soul Ring. Congratulations. Although if he'd got it on Axe, I actually wouldn't have been that upset, in all honesty. Hellboy got Soul Ring and Mana Boots, and I think that did kind of set him back a little bit. But
yeah.
Why is that language Danish now?
I think they both did pretty well. I honestly think that whatever happened in this game, the fact that Viper and Sniper got so big meant that the other team with their composition had no chance. They just couldn't get on them. There was just so little chance. Like
in the end,
Jakiro and Disruptor. Imagine two worse supports for waddling towards a Sniper and a Viper. It just doesn't get much worse than that. So they could never really start a fight on their terms once the enemy team was set up. I think LDC and for LVP for LDC 100%. This is just
I was literally about to bring up. He's getting an LVP. I'm glad we agree.
Like as a 4, if you want to do this, okay, but as the 3, I just think it's just especially with the enemy lineup, it's fucking disaster, absolute disaster.
I mean, there was a lot of mistakes on all of his team.
There were, but this pick kind of set the tone. They had no way to start a fight. And the lads need that. I need that. When I'm playing, I need something to go in. Otherwise, it's much harder. Your positioning and everything it needs to be that much better. But this was just... They had no way to get on this Sniper. Like, it was Jakiro and Disruptor. Jakiro's very slow, waddling towards Sniper. He dead. Disruptor, alright, what are you going to glimpse him to exactly where he's standing? The only way it would have worked is if they had a team that was on top, and then you're constantly glimpsing people back into trouble. But that never happened because their catch was awful. You needed either Lina or the fucking Lifestealer inside Prophet to go in, which risks 2 of your heroes. And they've got decent counter-initiate with Axe and Earthshaker. In fact, I think that's 2 of the best counter-initiators in the game, in all honesty. Their shit's up all the time. A good Fisher or a good Call can turn any fight. Doesn't matter if you've got BKBs, your Magic Immune, who fucking cares? Axe is going to call you, give that Viper, that Sniper time to get away. And Addy has an anime profile pick as well, so yeah.
I just think, like, if you're giving out LVPs to LDC, I've also got to give a diss on to Rebel for this fucking Kyron Yasha.
Okay, yeah.
What is that?
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, here's the thing. LDC is meant to be one of the better lads in these in-houses. I will say that. Yeah, but the itemization was cack. Yasha and Kaya was not it. So it could be a diss on there. And also, I think the leveling up was a little bit weird. So a diss on for Rebel, diss on for LDC, because I think they're the 2 players that their team needed to sort of turn up. And their picks were just a little funky, and they didn't really do it.
Any feedback for Dave? You seem to just walk in.
A lot of waddling, Dave. A lot of waddling.
You're playing Ogre pretty much as you expected to.
Like, yeah, we knew you'd do that.
4-star, but it's pretty. I think you had a pretty decent game.
There were definitely some nice plays, but there were a couple of times where you were just standing about or walking. But that's kind of the nature of Ogre, really, I guess. But yeah, there were a few times I thought it was a bit of waddling. But all you really needed to do in this game was Bloodlust, Sniper, or Viper, and you win anyway. So don't worry too much about it. Look at City, ranked level 20 Bloodseeker. That's a surprise.
He's been caning the ranked recently.
Yes, he
He's
has.
back on the grind.
Thank you, Eri. Industries of Titan from your Steam is on
Gibson.
Sale.
What's he doing? Ranked level 20 Bloodseeker.
Gibson! So it went from 3-3 to 6-3. Is that how the chess has gone?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it would have gone from. It would have gone from. Well, they drew a game in between, so it would have gone like.
Wasn't it like 2.5?
It would have been like 3.5, 2.5.
Yeah.
And then 4, and then 4-3, and then
4-3.
6-3.
Yeah. Cine intent on making himself even more expensive. Astonishing, says Bob.
At
At least you can play more than one
just
hero,
resubbed
Bob.
for 18 months.
We take the small things in
Howdy.
life.
Do you know, Ted, that Nepo's a Dirt player?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be like sort of semi-pro-ish.
Wow, that's awesome.
And also, Nepo said that Magnus watched Pro Dota. So,
Really?
Yeah.
So is there a chance that those two watched the late game, do you think?
No.
No.
Elferno 1 just
No,
I
resubbed
don't
for
know.
3 months.
I mean, if they've been watching a while, they might have wanted to see guys like Ali.
Now
and
that-
Bruno.
They probably watched
That
the Russian
would be a
stream
good
or Nepo
in-house
watched.
pair caster to bring in.
What, get Nepo and Magnus on?
Get Carlsen and Nepomniachtchi to come in and cast an in-house night. Get working on it.
God, that would be fucking bizarre. I wouldn't know what to say. Chess. Funny old game. Which is your favorite piece? If you had to
Everyone
lose
always
a
says
piece,
Rook's a
which
badass.
piece would you least like to lose? What's your favorite move in chess? If there were items in chess, what items would you like to see?
I like to imagine when you ask them about like chess, like what's your favorite opening, they'll just like rattle off like, but he can play c4, then h4, and fucking, and then something. Knight
Yeah,
d3.
they'd know. And then
And
if he goes,
they'll just go on forever about variations. And Magnus will be like, just agreeing with him or whatever.
who's the biggest arsehole you've ever played chess against? Who was the nicest person you ever played chess against?
Usually Nakamura for the first one.
Is he meant to be an arsehole?
Oh, yeah.
Traditionally speaking, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then for nicest person, gee,
I mean, honestly, after the
think
game,
Wesley's meant to be
I've always
pretty
thought Grishuk seemed pretty nice.
but did you notice after the games that they were chatting about the game they just played? They didn't just shake hands and
Yeah.
go back to their rooms. They were like, I thought you could have gone knight d4 or whatever. And they were like, oh, wow, interesting. Well, yeah, no, I didn't see that. Yeah, because I thought then you could have blah, blah, blah. And I was like, don't tell the guy what you're thinking. Just go, good game, and go back to your hotel, and then talk about it afterwards. You can run over the games with them afterwards for weeks if you want. But
actually, I would rate Anand as one of the nicest players.
so
That's correct.
why is Hikaru meant to be an arsehole? Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, Ari.
Just like he's, a bit. I don't know how you put it. Like he's very like backstabby a lot of the time, and like at least this is
He's
purely
snide.
his
I think
Twitch career.
I think the best way to put it is he's very snide.
But before his Twitch, he was always known by like every top level GM to be sort of bad spirited.
There's a really famous video of
D Wild, get the fuck out!
there's quite a famous video of Hikaru getting into an actual fist fight with another chess player after a tournament. It's just what you expect from two chess players fighting. It's fucking pathetic, but it is hilarious.
The phrase is that everyone has a Hikaru story.
Oh, wow.
Something where he's done something mean or said the wrong thing.
I mean, I imagine there's a lot of egos in the chess world.
There is a lot of egos.
I think
It's a very egotistic. It's like like a solo sport, so you get a lot of. It's like poker, I guess, in some ways.
God, there are so many assholes in poker. One of the biggest is an English bloke, of course.
We always are.
I don't know. In chess, we got with Simon Williams. Seems quite pleasant.
Come on,
Yeah.
lads, connect!
Nice
Please!
short seems pretty nice. We don't really have that many sort of lads on the scene, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
Very, very traditionally, we're just rubbish.
Did you see that? There was a really interesting graphic I saw recently of the amount of chess GMs per country in Europe,
Yeah.
and I think we had 40 something chess GMs.
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
think it's
UK.
that bad, sort of overall, but, when it comes to worldwide, there's,
Yeah,
it's got to be,
it's-
20 countries better than us, surely. In particular, France, which is embarrassing, as usual.
Oh, Schmupster who crashed. Very nice.
Hurrah!
We're in.
Dire team ban.
You look dominant and infertile. Jesus.
Radiant team ban.
Versus least valuable players.
I have to say, the teams have pretty much across the board stepped up
With
their
banners.
centering game
Yes, well done.
on the.
Yeah.
There's no fucking.
I mean,
scuffed banners
LVP
anymore.
is definitely the best banner. I mean, I guess they kind of wanted it to look scuffed, but
Is that
Looks
Amos?
scuffed.
Is that Amos?
I think so. That's real.
But he
life.
looks like a
Amos.
competent person. IRL. I've played Dota with Amos.
Yeah, I think a lot of people look like competent people.
Yeah, but I would expect them to look more like goons.
I mean, I think they're just not. They're not goons in Dotes, but not goons in other things.
That's what surprises me.
I mean, Cock is like a goon all around. So.
He does look like a goon. That's the thing. If you showed
Yeah.
me a picture of Cock and said that's Cock, I'd be like, yes, absolutely. Looks a goon, is a goon.
Radiant team.
I'm just saying Amos looks like a lad. He could be a lawyer or some shit, you know?
And Munt is a degen.
Yeah, Munt looks like a degen.
Where do you think Greg fits on the? Because I don't think
Greg
he's a
looks
goon.
like a nice lad.
He just looks like a
nice
lad,
lad.
like default lad.
He
Yeah,
is a very default player model, isn't he?
It's like when you boot up CK or whatever, and it's just Greg's fucking mug is there as the default character.
He looks like a Football Manager regen.
Dire
Just
team
default lad,
Dire team
although without the scuffed hair. Timbersaw.
Greg is a very nice young man. However, when he gets angry, he's like the worst. But it's only for 2.5 seconds when he's like that. And then he goes back to being regular Greg.
remaining.
Was Eri in that comment? Was Eri trying to flame Greg there with that story?
What, the packet of macarons?
Meiji
Yeah, 'cause
42 just resubbed for
During
8
COVID,
months.
we
Poker
flamed
and
Greg a
Ross
lot because he went to
RP
visit
hype.
his nan, and we called him a super spreader. And Eri's compliment for him is he looks like the type of person to go and visit his nan whilst on the weekends. I'm like, is that secretly Eri flaming, or is he just trying to be nice and doesn't realise the reference?
Man, I don't believe that for a second. I'm not allowing
No,
this to
that's-
become one of those spreading rumours about Greg on
Although,
Twitch.
to be fair, what he actually said isn't that far from the truth.
I know that one
One's
thing that's...
projecting a very slight amount.
Yeah, well, that's Munt, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, no, but isn't you'd be surprised how close that was to the truth.
Yeah. I was surprised. I read about the Euro finals at Wembley last was it this summer? It was this summer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of the lads that rushed the barriers, apart from the fact that one guy
Dire
had a
team
high-vis
ban.
jacket on and pretended to be working there, and was like,
Team ban. Radiant team
"Yeah, I'll take your disabled child in.
Radiant
Give him to me."
team pick.
And the guy gave him the wheelchair, thinking he worked at Wembley, and he was just some fucking lad, just trying to steal a free entry to the final by donning a high-vis jacket. Smart play. But a lot of the other lads that just rushed the turnstiles and shit were fucking coked out of their minds. I didn't realise it was that prevalent, because when I was younger, it was only very wealthy people that did coke. Now it seems like fucking everybody's doing it.
Dire team pick.
It's probably not an everyday thing, but with the Euro finals, you're gonna spend a bit.
Yeah, but
And-
I'm not being funny. I didn't know anyone at that age, apart from a couple of people that did a lot of coke. Like, it just surprises me that it's that big a thing. And I know
I
that...
don't think you've got to have a lot of
10
people that.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
in a stadium which fits fucking 80,000 people. You just need to have 200 dicks who've had a bit of cocaine.
Well, sadly, it was a lot more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, it was like, what was it, like nearly 1,000? I can't
But
remember.
last time I was in Bristol, some guy came up to us when we were at the pub and said, have you got any packet? Which is apparently slang for coke. He said, have you got any packet? And we were like, no. And he was like, fair enough.
I wonder why he came up to you in particular.
Well, it wasn't me he came up to. I'm not going to say who he came up to, but he didn't come up to me. But it was our table. Because we look like fucking degens, but...
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Like, yeah, but it seems way more popular than it used to. Like, it was weed and getting pissed was the thing. And smoking. But I don't see kids smoking hardly at all now. Like, genuinely, hardly at all.
I have a friend who...
Munt, you need to stop saying these things, buddy. Please.
Christ. I have a friend who came to uni and she smoked cigarette. She got off the cigarettes, immediately replaced it with weed, and now casually does coke or ket at the weekends. And I'm like, you've gone down an interesting curve.
Man, I know you're not lying, but there are 869 people here who maybe don't know Greg as well, and he also probably doesn't want this conversation to happen, so can you please stop? If you want to talk about this stuff on your Discord, go for it, but I just think it's reached over a line, buddy. Like, it's not cool. Don't do it. You can tease Greg on your own time, but I'm just saying I don't think it's a good idea to do it, please. He's not even fucking here to defend himself. Earthshaker, Leshrac, Lion, Ogre. It's a lot of magical damage.
A lot of stuns as well. A stun on every single one of those lads. We like to see that.
And
I played with
multiples
Has
and
Timber yesterday. Not impressive.
Well, Has made a vow this morning that he's going to stop picking dogshit heroes and go back to actually playing things he can play.
Well,
Yeah, that's gonna happen for one game. And then he's
That's
gonna be
him
like,
retired from Dota,
fucking
then.
fancy some pudge, lads, or fucking can I play Phoenix this game?
I've had a hot day at the hospital. I've just fancied some punch. I mean, I try to save my dogshit picks for the Goon games in the morning because it doesn't really matter.
Fire team back.
Like, I've picked dogshit and we've dumpstered. I've picked really well and we've been dumpstered. So I just pick whatever I fancy playing. And it's the only time I really get to do that. If I play in the evenings, I'm the scrub in the stack. And it's like, I better pick a decent fucking hero here. But Has just seems to pick whatever.
10 seconds remaining.
I've saved the Has quote.
Well, he does have some hard days at the hospital, to be fair. You know,
Yeah.
it gets him a lot in life. He's not even working at hospital anymore, and he still has hard days at the hospital.
Is he not there anymore?
Well, he's at uni now.
Oh, yeah.
Though he probably does go in for placements. So maybe the hard days at the hospital will return.
Cinny, I unironically rate Flax techies. I know I'm going to get rinsed for this.
5 seconds remaining.
That is...
Alright,
lads, don't fall for the bait. He's just
Right.
here to farm your reaction.
next time we
There's
play
only one
together,
hero
Gibson.
more than your techies.
What's
It
that?
is
My Invoker.
Invoker. Undoubtedly, that lane that we had was very sad.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
You just look at there's a bit too much on your plate. You don't really know what you want to be doing.
I've got an idea. It's like when I play Invoker, it's like I'm looking at a big menu. And I'm like, oof, I'd like all of these things. And I try to cast all of those things at once when really I need to just get some practice in the Goon games of getting a combo down. I need to get a good combo down so it becomes second nature. Because at the moment, I'm just boshing spells out like nobody's business and most of them are shit.
Someone to play Faceless Void on your team. That's the answer.
remaining.
Oh,
You don't need to
man.
think about anything anymore.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just think you just need to get the
Right, but I
combos
don't want to
sort of more ingrained.
do the Invoker Void combo every time because then it's
No.
too easy.
You're not
And
learning anything.
You win and you don't even need to do much other than fucking get Ags. But the Invoker game this morning was whoo!
Your combos are just a bit jank. Like early on, you just need to practice like
10
meatball,
seconds
like
remaining.
a tornado meatball, deafening
Cold
blast,
snap and-
cold snap,
yeah,
tornado meatball, things like that. At the moment, on your menu analogy, you're picking 3 desserts as opposed to
Yeah.
a starter, a main course, and a
Yeah.
dessert.
Yeah, right. You're right. The menu's all off. I think this is a good lifestealer pick into this lineup with all that magical damage. I do.
Agreed. when Weehar used to stream a lot, whenever he was queuing, he would launch up a demo game and just do Invoker combos over and over again. And like start with simple ones and just make them more and more complex
Yeah.
whilst he's queuing for the game. And he'd do it between every single game, just to warm himself up to it. So it is like.
I mean, it's so
even
many
he, who's
buttons.
a very good Invoker player.
Yeah, yeah.
Is always practicing it.
Like, I play it occasionally, but I love the hero. He is so much fun to play. That's the problem. Like Pudge. Pudge is so much fun to play, because you only need to land a few pog hooks and you feel great. Like, I could play a Techies game. It could be a miserable 90-minute game, but if I kill their carry with a surprise stack of mines, that's it. My game is made. I'm just happy. That's the problem, I think, when I play Invoker. I'm just having fun, but really I should be trying to actually work on it.
I'd sort of.
It's the same way with my Windrunner, that it's actually not very good. But what I do is I shout really loudly whenever I get a double shackle, and it just imprints it into people's minds like getting shit punched.
And in your own mind. And into your own mind. You're like,
and into my own mind.
yeah,
I'm like, oh yeah.
those neurons are strong now.
And then you watch it back, and I've just missed 6 in a row, and then I hit one lucky double shackle. I'm like, yeah, double shackle, let's go.
I actually think Slax's video about why she's a bad hero, but why people pick her, was actually pretty good. I think the analysis was pretty good. I mean, obviously, I think people took what he said and tried to apply it to like the pro scene and stuff like that, which they do with a lot of his vids. But it works at that level, and I think when you see people pick Wendy, that's why they do it. Because when you do get that big shackle off, and when you do hit 6 and get your fucking, you know, you get your javelin and just go and kill somebody, you feel like you're really doing great stuff. But I just think there are better heroes. I want full deal to explanation. Is it as bad as when I random pick? Wait, what is this about? Schmupster picking Timber? Can we ban Amos for stealing the fucking Luna? What is?
Why did they? What's wrong with?
He picked the Luna thinking it was Lion.
Really?
Oh my god!
All right, I'm just gonna pop to the loop. Let this one play out.
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad game for it at the moment.
No. You don't understand. He meant to play Lion.
Oh, so he... Oh dear.
So he selected the Luna by mistake. The Luna was for someone else.
Yeah, that's
so
bad.
It may not be a bad game for Luna, but it's Amos.
It's a bad... Yeah, I mean... I think a lot of people think the Luna's like a fairly easy hero, but... Getting farming right, getting team fighting right is actually really hard. You know, you position right, you need to go into like time, you need to time your BKB really well. Amos is gonna suck.
Not good at any of those things. And to be honest, I don't think Alfredo's a very good support. So this top lane's a disaster all around.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen him pick anything that isn't pos 3? On Alfredo de Anal Torpedo?
No. But I feel like he's gonna have played a better support. It's not that hard to do Lion. It's not like he's playing like fucking Chen or something. You'll be alright.
True. Oh, I want to watch this top lane now. You know, speaking of the chess,
Schmupster is very comfortable on his hero though, and we've got 2 lads who aren't very comfortable on the hero.
I mean, it's going to be a stomp. We can comfortably say that. Whether or not it'll turn into a game stomp, because Timber. We've seen Schmupster Timber a few times. He plays it very well. And
It's
then
not a great Timber game, to be fair.
There's a lot of magic damage.
Yeah.
And Schmupster, you know, he's earned a few LVPs on his Timber.
Yeah.
For dog shit plays.
But he's also earned some ons, I think.
He
Maybe
has
not
earned
an MVP.
I just think he's like there's a little bit of NZ FedEx in him. He plays the lane really well, and then it slowly the clock starts ticking, and he'll just push it a bit too far. Talking about Schmupster Timber because you know he's very comfortable on the hero, and he's playing against Amos who doesn't play pos 1 and Alfredo who doesn't play pos 5 because they fucked it and picked the wrong heroes. So he should crush this lane.
See, in my mind, the reason I was surprised that Amos looks like a normal lad is, no offense to the viewers in chat, but who the fuck would watch this stream that is a competent adult? Like, I just assume, again, no offense, that you're all basically scum. Because who else would fucking watch this shit? You've got a horrible streamer who's mean to his own viewers. I'm not good at games. I'm old as fuck. Nothing cool happens here, and you're still watching. So
I'm not
like,
looking for cool though.
but they must have nothing, literally nothing better to do.
Well, I mean that's true of every fucking hobby.
I don't know if that's true.
So the solution is,
I'm not looking for a solution. I'm just saying. It does surprise me when I see.
we lose 900 viewers.
the
We
solution
go
is
like,
every- is
we can
everyone
actually,
a user?
look at this thing you can be doing instead of this. Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
shit, they
no,
can
that's a good
watch it.
solution.
But that thing is also a waste of time ultimately.
Look at this. PhD in evolutionary biology. This lad, old man
What,
core.
Amos?
He's presented on radio and TV, lecturer at a semi-decent university. What the fuck are you doing watching this shit? This is what I don't
Wait,
get.
who said that?
A lad in
Come on,
chat.
chat.
He may be successful, but he's not a fucking sub, so. See? I'm even abusive to viewers. Who would watch this? That's my point.
We do have quite a lot of teachers here, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's because of the wonderful learning environment the three of us present in these games. Really wholesome and supportive at all points in time.
But we got a nice range. You see, Ocean T's failed college 3 times.
Oh, grats. Welcome.
we got a nice old bracket of lads.
Tyrion, your slightly less annoying white noise bro.
I will take that. See, I at least understand where you're coming from with that.
_cod just resubbed for 13
Oh my
months.
god.
Lol.
Good comms. Fucking Hunter just chucking out spells. If Hunter had actually coordinated with Schmupster in any way, this would be a kill. But there was no coordination.
You don't need coordination in these games. It's pointless. Just throw your spells where every time they're off cooldown, and sometimes they'll sync up.
Change it. Red says I should change the category to just chatting and then just flame people for 3 hours. Well, at least there's something to watch, you know. The people want
The
white
thing
noise.
is,
We'll give it.
there is a loophole in just chatting. That you can play a game, but as long as you talk more about your viewers or about random topics,
Lock
You can
on
still be in
for
just
double,
chatting.
nice double
for 8
stuff.
months. Renewing my degenerate
Oh,
battle.
whoa!
oh, that's beautiful.
Gold Spacer just
But yoink!
subbed for
That's a
16
dead one.
months. Subbing for the
That's
punishment.
actually like
Thank you for
it's
the
pretty hard
sub.
to get the tree for the right thing there. That was pretty good.
There
Or at least
does
I
seem
think
to
it
be
is.
a
I don't play
decent
Timber.
stable of trending to middle-aged dad gamers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just
True.
because we've been doing it for a while, really. And we've
Northern
played a
Lion
lot of it.
Sips and PFlax trio.
He's done great. I remember when I first started streaming and doing YouTube and stuff, Northern Lion was definitely not as popular as he is now. He's fucking exploded.
He
Oh, okay, Amos.
he played with Ludwig basically. It's all about the
Oh,
collab.
I see. See, I don't do collabs. I'm not kidding, but Nev, if he'd used his stick there, I think he might have been able to blast Storming Eagle and kill him. He just didn't. He's got 8K viewers?
Yeah, I
See,
think
now,
he,
this is the problem, is I get sent pictures of Northern Lion because he's like another bold streamer. It's like, lol,
Yeah.
look. And I'm like, no, you're comparing an unsuccessful bold man with a guy who's actually got 8K viewers and is streaming with Ludwig and making bank. So it should be easy to not confuse the two.
You really know of Northern Lion because he does crossword content on YouTube.
I
does
knew
a lot of
it!
content
I
which I
knew
like.
it was coming.
He plays chess, he does crosswords, and he plays GeoGuessr. That's like right up my alley.
That is all, yeah. So, if you ever wonder what we do in NHU all day, it is that's pretty much it. We just do a crossword and then hang about.
I've never wondered about what you guys do. Sorry, it's never come up in my brain. I was painting miniatures for 3 hours this afternoon.
We've got a new trick now. Is that we do
Oh, there's a little invis
we-
coming, but they spotted him with this handy wood. Go on.
we do birthday crosswords. So we go back into the crossword archive on New York Times
We did
website,
that twice.
and we do crosswords from the day that everyone was born. and judge who had the best birthday crossword. And so far,
We've done 2
Ashwin's
so far.
fucked.
Is
And we're going to do more.
You're acting
We're
like
gonna
this is
do
some
more.
regular thing we've done.
We're going to do more.
One evening.
I want to do more just to
AM and
prove
4
how
AM.
bad your crossword was. Because the crossword on the day of your birth decides the rest of your life. I think that's something in astrology.
I would love to see mine actually.
Well,
Which newspaper?
It may be something bad
New York
about,
Times.
Okay.
about me, but I was also born in adversity. Thus, I was built stronger. Unlike your weak sauce crossword.
My Monday cross. No, we were both Saturdays, weren't we? We were both on the top end of the scale.
Were you born into adversity, Ashwin?
Oh God, no. But
Okay.
my crossword was.
On the crossword, not in real life.
This is a dead Amos. Oh, and they're gonna get Alfredo. Fucking just.
Oh, you fucked up.
Don't suck someone off before they kill you. What are you doing? Come on. Just try and TP out.
Yeah, these lanes. Well, apart from bot lane, have been pretty terrible for Dire.
Yep.
Bot lane, I don't know what's happened to this lifestealer. He has been crushed. 16th, yeah, is really bad against double melee, and we saw what a lifestealer against double melee can do when played by someone fairly competent in
Right,
Reg. Who is
right.
playing the lifestealer? Oh, it's Eagle.
Yeah.
Eagle should be doing better than this. This is pretty bad.
And now he just wants to. I mean, I think the problem is he just gets biffed by Alex every time he comes near. Schneckle says this conversation is like listening to librarians with too much money. What a weird
Let's
fucking
listen to
analogy.
your chats, mate.
That doesn't
Come
even
on.
make sense.
You
What do you
stream-
yeah,
you
what do you
chat with
talk
your
about
mates
with
on
your
the
mates?
internet.
What do you fucking talk about with your mates, eh? Gibberish. They've gone on Alex. Alex needs to run
Did you
towards
see
his
that
team.
ludicrous display last night?
Problem with Arsenal, just thinking they walk at him.
Amos is going to die again to Schmupster.
Oh, what's Stormy Eagle doing? What's happening? Oh God!
He's gonna
Alex
live.
has fucked it.
Doing all this stuff without ultis is bold, but they have drawn. As I say, they've done a good thing in drawing some off, but I don't think Schmupster needs the help top lane. I think Luna needs help.
She is in a lot of trouble. She has 16 last hits in 10 minutes.
Lifestealer only has 17.
Yeah.
It's so...
I mean, she's died like... He's died once. She's
Yeah.
died twice. And I feel like she spent a lot more time running away from Schmupster. Lifestealer had Bane in lane and has now gone to the jungle.
Oh God.
This is looking rough
Yeah,
for
this
both
is a
the carries.
Sad Leshrac as well. Gotten kind of owned by the Bloodseeker. Also, no stacks have been done.
No stacks at all, yeah.
So, I'm calling this for the Radiant team. Because they just had good lanes. And the lads do not know how to recover from bad lanes.
And Amos is also fucking playing the carry leader.
Yeah, which is
not ideal.
a
And
real
he built,
baboon.
He built a full shreds before getting the Morbid Mask, even though his lane was going poorly. And he's jungling without any levels in glaives.
Yep.
A lot of things that. I mean, the thing is, we could really discuss a lot of the things Luna's doing wrong, but Amos doesn't ever want to play Luna again, so there's not much
Yeah,
point.
no,
This is
there's no point.
He's also dead.
terrible mistake. He is also dead.
Dire's top tower is under
A fine cooking. A
I've
fine
had a
cooking.
nice game so far.
I was so disgusted by that kill steal he took on Lion that I can't praise him. It was the most thickening thing I've ever seen.
I know, Myers, we're well aware of the scuffing that occurred.
Radiant's bottom
See, now that goes back to my point, is I thought Amos looked like a competent lad, but he confused a hero that rides a giant panther for Lion. They're not even similar. It's like if you'd mistaken
Well,
Mirana
their
for
names
Luna.
are similar.
But what, so he just reads the names?
Yeah. He was attracted to the L.
You're right, he was. He's getting what he deserves.
The optimistic fairy fire.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Schmupster just has such a fucking free game.
No. It's not a misclick and on the search because he wasn't looking to pick the hero.
It wasn't a. Yeah.
This was the heroes had already been picked. This was when you have to click select hero, and he clicked on Luna. That is a dead Luna.
Yep. Here comes Citizen Nev to feed as well. Yeah, Citizen Nev sounds like a massive goober, but I reckon he's like, I've been CEO of.
I was the one who
random
developed the
company
vaccine for
10 years
COVID.
Yeah.
Also, I play Ogre McGee very poorly. They're going to try and kill Schmupster. This is ambition personified.
They can do it. They've been spotted by a ward. Schmupster is trying to get out. They have enough damage for this. I believe in them.
Give it
Finger.
Amos!
Oh, he doesn't have finger. Oh no! Oh.
The gauze! The goop! That's some poor goopage. Alfredo got it. That's a shame. It's only worth 400 quid? Fuck off.
What if he's bought all of his items then?
Amos does need to understand that when you're farming the creep camps as a ranged hero, you don't need to just stand toe to toe with them. You can back off a bit, because this is just throwing away 2/3 of his life, and there is a Bloodseeker in the game. Look how fast Badbook is every time this Luna is farming. He be moving at light
Hasn't
speed.
even started his Yules. Jesus. I'd say a good Leshrac game for me, I'd have my Yules at like 10, 11 minutes. He hasn't started it at 13.
Yeah, this is grim. All I'm saying is that there isn't really much excuse for mispicking your hero on the pick screen. However, pro players have done it, so it is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
The grip is nice. The slam is okay. Being in trouble. Badbook dead.
Oh, no.
That,
Oh. Triple
Hunter's
kill
just
after
died.
death.
Wow.
He
Wow.
dies and gets 3
Yeah,
kills.
that is absolutely fucking nutty. Was that just from his blood right?
I think
2
so,
of them were the
yeah.
blood right, 1 was someone walking whilst ruptured.
Oh my god, how do you get 3 kills?
I remember EG did it in a group game where RTZ ended up playing Phoenix, I think, and Fly ended up playing Clinks. Because they just misclicked in the fucking... It was like a group stage game, so it wasn't super important. But...
So here's a little bit of
I
intel
missed
from
one.
Mary. What, when they picked Gyro?
No,
Oh, you mean when Fly picked...
When Clinks, yeah.
yeah. So it says here, told Amos that the draft was Radiant Heavy and he should probably pick a gooder. Alright, I'll pick Bean. That's what he went for. They're gonna turn this. You have Goz. I don't understand.
He's got the rage up, and he's dead. Oh. Wait, did he armlet toggle? Oh, he armlet toggled like a goober.
It's alright, it's a double kill coming up for Schmupster.
He wasn't even close to death, he could have just ran away.
Nev just running into the fucking... ran into the chakra. Oh, and they lost Luna too.
Oh. Just call it, lad. Please. This is
Dire's middle tower
this
is
is pathetic.
They beaned it. I'm not going to let that become a thing. Who is Bean playing?
That's right.
Leshrac.
Okay, yeah. Bean is a lovely lad. Like all of these lads are. Well, most of them. But he's just not good at Dota. He's probably won a Nobel Prize, but he's not good at Dota.
Yeah, see, is that going to be the new thing? Whenever you see someone
I_never
be successful,
new
whatever,
just resubbed for
get
8
some
months.
massive award,
Chad Walk.
but I could beat him in the mid lane.
Yeah, so that's it. Oh, that's a nice cookie. I honestly think that they could call it now and there would be no shame in it. It's a 95% win probability, lads. I do not see how you pull this back. Like, they just can't. They just cannot. Almost BKB on Badvok. How do they stop him then?
I don't think they can. I don't think they could stop him before the BKB.
He has twice the net worth of Leshrac.
It's it's very pointless to play this game.
Radiant are scanning.
But the lads are believers in fate. I hope if any of them are religious, they're offering up their most earnest prayers.
Oh,
Because they need some divine intervention to get through this.
they really need a miracle, and I just don't see it. Like, it needs to be something like the biggest echo salami of the lad's life. Into, like, Finger Bloodseeker, mega multicast on Schmupster, and then Leshrac is able to lock him down. Perfect Lunar ult. She hasn't leveled it, of course, because he's just farming. So some miracle.
When Jesus was asked, "Can you turn this L into a dub?" he just said no and went home.
He said, God is dead, and he left.
It's easier for a rich man to get into the eye of heaven than for...
Rich man to get into the eye of heaven.
I fucked it up. Oh god, I'm muting.
It's alright, I knew what you meant.
He's meeting. Oh, God bless.
I knew what he meant. It's just funny.
Yeah, but you just had to point out his insecurities.
Dire's middle tower is under
Can I
Don't
get
be trouble
bad
for
luck
the
here?
old rock here. They're getting stuck in. The grip is on.
No, I fucking called it! It's actually happening!
This is good.
It's actually happening as foretold! The legend foretold it! It was literally what I said would happen has happened!
Oh no.
Jesus is fucking. He's done it once again. Well done, son.
Jesus pops out of the cave. Remember me, motherfuckers? I'm back, and I've got Echo Slam up. Jesus! Save us! Jesus has Blink.
Radiant's middle
Souls
Yeah, in this situation,
redeemed.
Alex is quite literally the messiah for them. The one doing it all.
are fortified.
What's the win probability at now? 87%.
That's a swing.
There's
Forward
a
and
chart.
back.
They won't make that baboo again. Not now that Bloodseeker has BKB. They're going to smoke and run at them right
He
away.
had it last fight and he got...
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, lads, they're getting sucked in here.
Schmupster in a little danger, but I think he's okay. They just need to get on top of this Shrap. There's the glimmer.
Too
It was a
little,
good effort, but he
too
did.
late.
They're running after Citizen Nev.
Nev,
Oh, he catches
he's
him.
going to be alright. He's going to be fine.
Seeker build is fucking awful, by the way.
If this
He's
lad
going
buys
Hood
Hood,
next.
I'm turning the stream off. Wait, who's buying Hood?
Bloodseeker. It's Blade Mail BKB Hood. If there is a chance, for
Yeah,
Radiant,
this is it.
lies in this schooner.
In this, I don't need anything other than defensive items build.
I think if he got an axe, maybe you could say, like, the defensive build is worth it. You'll just throw out your spells and that's fine, but... Hood? Really?
Dire's middle tower.
Doesn't he just get the fucking Sanj and Yash or whatever and Blasher and just get in there? Is that not a thing?
There are so many items you can go. You can go fucking Gleipnir, go axe, you can even do
I don't know what
Boxery.
Team's doing here. This is not the good thing. Oh, can you live? Nope.
Nope.
No, because the two supports legged it. Like the gutless
he
shits
was-
they
he was-
are.
Revealed by Bloodseeker anyway.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Eagle just farming. It's unusual for him.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Eagle aiming for sub 1k hero damage. That's he's just not interested.
Like, you don't...
I've just got to farm 2 more items by something like that.
Is that Eagle?
No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's Rhino.
Yeah. I can't remember where Eagle's from, so I gambled.
Fucking Kuwait.
Bahrain, isn't it?
Bahrain, that's the one.
There was
Is it
another lad.
Bahrain?
There was
I
another
can't
lad. No, there was a
remember.
lad I was playing with. Who was it? Who was like, "Oh, it's going to be nice to play on less than 300 ping." I was like, "Where the fuck have you been?" And he goes, "Bahrain." I was like, "Oh, who was it?" I mean, Durka was from Gareth Casts, as he's now known. Was lived in Bahrain. I think he grew up there. I think it was Bahrain. Surprising number of people living there. That was Hell Let Loose. That's right. Eri banned Redless, too high skill. I agree, actually, Red. You are too good for the in-houses. I realise this is damning with faint praise, but it's true. I mean, we're looking at lads that can't even select their heroes, so... You know.
Well, there we go. There's the hood on Bloodseeker. The single throwiest item purchase I have perhaps ever seen. I would have been happier if he bought a Divine Rapier.
Yeah, I know.
Tower is under attack.
Oh,
They're looking for something. Hunter is compromised.
Alfredo just doesn't... There's literally a
What is
two-man
going
stun
on?
there. They had this, and then they gunted it.
Badlock is in a lot of trouble here.
He
What's
is
doing?
low.
What is he doing? Oh, he just gets out. Citizen Nev is just walking on.
This could have gone so much worse for the Radiant team.
The slam!
Oh, the sleep!
Oh, that was a good sleep. Well done.
That was a pog sleep. Well done,
Huge
Hugh.
Outbreak.
Big saves.
What is that meant to mean? Huge outbreak.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Red, honestly, if you played against these lads, you'd realise that you... Like, I thought I would fit into the in-houses. I honestly think I might be too good for the in-houses. Like, I know that seems like a reach, but I think I probably would. Like, the standard is so low. Because these lads just haven't got many games, a lot of them. And also, they have, like... There are like 2 or 3 heroes they're comfortable on. If they can't get those heroes, or it's not a good game for them, it's just an L. I mean, Amos doesn't play carry. Who has never played carry? Like, someone who's literally...
Apparently half the goons.
Yeah, they're literally like, oh, I can't play carry. I mean, look at this. Look at Bean. This is 24 minutes in. He has Brown Boots Yules. Look at the net worth of
They'll
Bloodseeker.
only play one hero. They'll be like, oh, you can play carry, but...
It's got to
only-
be
it's-
Terrorblade. No, not
Yeah.
Terrorblade. It would be Wraith King. It would
It's
be Wraith
Wraith
King.
usually. And then for mid, it's usually like...
Radiant are
God, what
Viper,
is
Zeus.
They love it.
Who was it tweeted today? I think it was T Governor. Every Pos 5 main has been forced to go mid at some point, and they always pick Zeus. Was his tweet. I thought it was quite good. Bean just doesn't fancy
Oh,
it.
maybe trouble for the Schmupster here. Oh, nice.
That's a pod
Another
sleep.
good sleep.
What? Where is he? Where's Schmupster going? Oh my lord, he's just going in.
That's why the Finger
Finger
does
as well.
absolutely fudge all.
Oh, he's very low.
He's not gonna die though.
What a power move. The zip in.
Oh, Alex!
Oh, just call it. Just call it.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes,
Amos.
thank
MVP
you.
for Amos.
radiant victory.
Right, that was not purely down to Amos's misplay. But that was definitely a big factor.
It
can't-
has
you
to
cannot-
be LVP.
You cannot not give him LVP.
Oh, no. I'm 100% giving him LVP. But I'm just saying, it's not like everybody tried their best and they did good things and it was just a struggle. They were awful all over the board. Like, that was dreadful. He was 0-9. Alex was 0-5. Bean was the brokest mid I think I've ever seen. None of their team at 25 minutes had over 10k. And they had Luna and Leshrac. That's fucking incredible.
I think if I was going to give an MVP, it's probably... Did we give an MVP to Hunter last week for a Snapfire, or was it an on? I feel like...
no fucking clue. It's either Shmup
I
or
think it's
Hunt.
Shmup, honestly. He fucking...
I'm happy with Shmup as well. They were both... I mean, well, they faced the toddler lane, so maybe it devalues their achievement a bit, but in the entire game, I don't think they did anything wrong.
Yeah.
And that final zip in was pretty balling.
Yeah. I reckon Shmup. Shmup MVP for me.
I'm happy with that. Are we giving out anything else? I think for the most part, this game was
Although,
such a nothing.
honourable for Hugh, because he had some really nice little saves. I mean, he
Yeah, okay.
didn't need to do much, But I just think, you know,
I mean,
that's
they all kind of.
that is a heads-up play from Hugh.
Hugh did have like one good save.
But for the lads to
Hunter
do
also
that,
did good stuff.
dude, for the lads to do that, I'm stunned. I can't give Badvok this because of the build. The item build was so boring and just fucking the most negative, please kill us shit ever. Why would you get BKB and Hood? Like, that's just bizarre. He can kill with, like, you don't need to fucking kill all 5 of them. You just need to kill one of 2 heroes and then job done. Kill Lesh or kill Luna, fight over. Team will mop up. Oi.
So it's MVP Schmuck
Mm-hmm.
on Hugh G,
Yeah.
Hunter.
Dis on Amos.
No, isn't it LVP Amos?
LVP Amos, sorry. Eagle hit creeps like a god. He did nothing. If you had
Wait,
taken
what was his
him...
damage at the end of the game?
Oh, let's have a look. Hero damage for Lifestealer was 3k.
That sounds really abysmal.
I'm going to say dis-on for Eagle for being so fucking boring.
No, you can't do
Well, I mean, honestly, to do that little in a dub, fuck off, mate. Just go and have fun with the team. Christ. It's not a TI qualifier. Come on, get in there. Get involved. Right. Eri, we are ready for game 3. It's not even 10, lads, and we're going into game 3. Just saying. It's pretty hype.
It's very hype.
I've started painting. I've almost finished painting my bolt action British Army. I've almost finished. We've got 30 regular infantry painted, the Cromwell tank, the 6-pounder, and the Universal Carrier medium machine gun. And I need to paint I started the SAS lads, and they're looking really good. They're really, really good models, and I'm really taking my time with them because they're like my favourite models, and I want the SAS lads to be fucking pog. And I'm going to do another machine gun, the mortar team, and I'm going to do the commander, and maybe the flamethrower and his assistant, because who doesn't want to fucking see a flamethrower? Here we go, Wogan. Get your bets ready on Door Nockers. Throgan is in the game.
The question is are they going to do a Void Invoker? Or is Wogan going to lose his lane on a different hero?
I would just say ban either Void or Invoker and you're away with it. Thank you, Super.
I think you kind of... I think the lads are a bit like sort of brute forcey when it comes to the draft. They're like, oh, Wogan plays this and that, so we need to ban it. A lot of Wogan series, you actually really care about them. Like,
Yeah.
When Wogan plays TA, like you can just play Viper. You can just pick a Viper early on if you wanted to, or play something else. I mean, Wogan's TA is not terrifying.
Yeah.
When he plays his Storm, it's again like not a massive problem. I'd be more scared about Evil Teddy.
Hobo with 2 shotguns. The SAS are strong in the game. Yeah, they are. I've got 8 of them. 8 lads with SMGs, veteran troops, is just... Like, if you have to take a position, those are the boys. They're so good. And, yeah, they're just pog lads to have, in all honesty. And then I did look at the Gurkhas, but I have so many miniatures. Like, I'm not kidding. The Warlord Games sent me 2 more boxes of stuff on top of the stuff I've already got. I haven't even unboxed the Dad's Army set and the Paratroopers. I've still got those to do. There are 30 Paratroopers and the Dad's Army lads I haven't even taken out of their box. And then I've also got... what's this? What are these lads? I've got another British Army support group, another tank I haven't painted yet, and something else. So I just thought, you know... Oh, and then I've got 30 British and Canadian Army and 30 regular British, which also comes with a tank. So, and another fucking 6-pounder and all the rest of it. So I thought, geez, like, I don't need more miniatures. It's going to take me ages to get all of this. I think it's a Churchill. The other tank I've got is a Churchill. But I like the Cromwell because it's a balanced-looking tank. It's not got a great gun on it, but it's just... I just like it. I'm going down. I'm doing poker. We're doing Rust. We're going to record some bolt action. It's not going to be streamed because it's just too boring and slow. Like anything rulesy with books and things is better edited. I think the edited vid we did was really good. Like, I've been watching Bolt Action AARs, and ours did really well. I mean, the Warlord Games guys noticed and gave us free shit. So, and I think they'd love us to do some vids for them, and I would 100% fucking do that if that approach came up, because I really love the miniatures and I love the game. So, I mean, I haven't played it. I have not painted a miniature since I was a teenager. That's how long it's been. Like, it's just not something I've done. So when I found this game, I was like, I love World War II stuff. This game is actually really fucking fun, and I'm going to spend money on it. So I bought a stupid amount of miniatures, and I've actually kind of enjoyed painting them. Some of them more than others. Painting just basic lads. I was talking to Wonky about this the other day, actually, and a couple of other lads in chat. I haven't painted miniatures in a while, and I definitely have never had a situation where I've got 30 of basically the same lad to paint. I've never had to do that. Like, when I had Space Marines, I had like 10 of them. We didn't have the money when we were kids to have like big armies, so it was more squad-based stuff. So I had to paint maybe 10 or 12 Space Marines, and that's fine. And or orcs, it was the same. I got the metal orc set that Games Workshop used to do, which I'm sure is a fucking collector's item now. But it was a great set. And I had like a couple of the Terminator Marines, and I had the Dreadnought sort of walking robot thingy for the orcs, and I had one for the Marines and stuff like that. But it was all squad-based stuff that we did. We'd do like 10v10 or 12v12, or like, 15 or whatever. But we never did the armies where there's like thousands of points worth of lads. And I look at Lewis's Warhammer set, and he's got like 200 fucking miniatures and they're all perfectly painted. I'm just like, fuck that. Like, I just can't do it. It's taken me weeks, because I have to find the time to do it, build up the energy to fucking sit there and just glue arms on torsos for like an hour and a half. It takes some doing. But if there's a game at the end of it that you're looking forward to, I think it is worth it. And it is actually quite satisfying when you've painted them and based them, and you've put the flock on the bases and things. You're like, wow, I've actually fucking did a thing. I made a thing. It's satisfying. Let's have a look at the heroes. I didn't even look at the draft, because it's much more entertaining if I just arrive at it. Oh, fuck me.
No, isn't like they haven't done the draft yet.
No, I mean like who they chose, sorry.
Oh, I see, okay.
It's an abandon. Excellent. Who failed to connect this time? Oh, dear.
The coordinates being updated. Oh, God.
No.
Let's call it a night, lads.
It doesn't take as long on a Tuesday. It tends to be a little less on a Tuesday, I've found. Well, we got Bonks, who made, if you're on the Discord, you may notice some little avatars next to your name that reflect your role. That is Bonks. That was Bonks. What did that? So I'm looking at this. Is Arcane Blink balanced well if only one hero buys it? And I'm looking at all the heroes that buy it. This is a Dota 2 subreddit post. Ogre, Techies. Techies buys it. 56% of the... Sorry. Techies players have bought Arcane Blink 3,365 times. That kind of surprised me. I guess you can blink Suicide really quick. Earthshaker, Tidehunter...
I imagine it'd be quite good for putting down a really quick stasis mine or something.
Yeah. OD, that makes sense. But how has OD bought it less than Lion? I don't understand that. I thought it's like really good on OD. Anyway, Lion, Invoker, Puck, Enigma, Tinker, Zeus. They're all under 10k matches with Arcane Blink. Shadow Fiend, 153,707 matches with a 60% win rate. Like, it's fucking stupid. Once he gets that, it's like a guaranteed kill on one person. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah. It's bloody hard. It's pretty much makes it impossible to stop the ult.
Like, what what can you do?
And I don't know how they change it to keep it sort of thematically arcane and not just really good on one person. Because who else really wants cast speed? That's not that
Yeah.
useful, and
Yeah.
the cooldown reduction. It's just like less uptime on your cooldown reduction compared to just having an Octarine and a Blink.
Yeah.
So if you want cooldown reduction, there's no point in going it.
When they brought in the funky sort of blinks, like overwhelming blink, the fact that it gave strength heroes gave them more strength, and then it was a slow and damage. I was like,
Leopoldon just
this makes
resubbed for
sense
1
because
month.
most strength heroes that are going to buy a blink are either a carry that wants to slow someone and doesn't have a slow, like Wraith King, has a stun but he doesn't have a slow, so that gives him a little slow and some damage, get on top of someone, stun him and all the rest of it, get in range for Abyssal and all the rest of it. Makes sense. You know, but then for the Swift Blink, gives Agi heroes more attack speed, makes sense. But Arcane Blink is, like you said, it's so specific. It's almost like they need to do something else with it to make it viable on other heroes other than SF. Because he is like the only one that has an issue with the big spell he wants to cast that can win a team fight. Like, he needs to do something. What if Arcane Blink applied an MR debuff in an AoE when you went in, kind of like everyone Blink? I actually quite like that.
I like that.
Lowers it by 40% or something like that. Lowers the magic resistance. I think that.
I was thinking
that
maybe
makes sense.
get rid of the cost animation buff, but extend the amount of time you get cooldown reduction for. That could be something.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the one on Puck before, and your spells are up all the fucking time. Like, it is nuts. But it's not like you have cast animation issues with most heroes, right? It's like SF that I can think of is the only. Like, name another magic-based mid-hero that has cast animation as, like, a core part of their ult.
I do truly enjoy Arcane Blink Leshrac.
For the stun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is surprisingly hard to react to.
My coordinator's back up, I think. 'Cause I just
No,
got
I'm
reconnected to the
in.
game.
I'm in the lobby.
You're in the lobby.
Are you? I'm sorry,
not in the lobby.
I'm on the draft screen. Are you not?
Yeah, we're on the
I
draft.
am not.
You're
Oh.
not on the draft? Oh dear.
No, I got loaded. I got loaded to a thing where it said everyone
10
was
seconds
disconnected.
remaining.
That's a bugger.
5 seconds
Can you
remaining.
reconnect?
I'll give it a try.
Nobody's picked or banned anything yet. Can
No, I don't think I can reconnect.
okay, but they're gonna remake.
Appreciate it. Month. I found out I use the word cringe too much. You do, mate. You do. You're a creature of habits. One of those habits is calling everything cringe.
I mean, Munt, if it makes you feel any better, my 12-year-old does it too.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of encouragement he needs.
And she says Pog. They both say Pog a lot. And I say it. I'm allowed to say it. And they've allowed me to say Pog and Poggers and very unpog and stuff like that. Because they're like, well, you do it for a job, so it's okay. But my wife cannot say it. They're like, Mom, don't say Pog! You're not allowed to say Pog! They do say sus, they say all that stuff. If it's a meme that you think is out of date, I'm telling you, kids that are preteens are all over that shit. But Mrs. F is banned from saying Pog or cringe. I can say these things, and they're like, cool. But Mrs. F can't. Like, she said
Right,
the other day,
yeah.
she was like, oh, let's see if this coat is Pog or not. And they were like, oh, Mum, no. It was quite funny.
Oh, that just gives the mum far too much power. She can ruin
Yeah, she's loving
their
it.
internet memes at any moment.
She is loving it. Get in here, Ashwin.
I'm trying my best.
Oh no, that's month. Stick with cringe. That's so much worse. Not fucking so bad.
Uh-oh. Now no one's going to connect somehow.
Oh, I think.
Oh, we're back.
Oh,
okay,
we're in.
thank God. Also, my eldest does this thing where she hunches her shoulder forward and holds her arms down like a gorilla and sort of makes a sad face. I'm not sure what it is, but I've seen other people do it. But she does it all the time. And her friends do it too. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna be honest. That's
a bit beyond me.
Yeah, it's like that's like a 12-year-old's meme. I don't know what.
I
it
will say
is.
the one of the funniest parts about the new wave of more internet connected people coming into the world is that they're rediscovering all the old copy pastas that you first saw like 5 or 6 years ago, and they react to them as if they're real comments, and it's so entertaining because none of them realize that this has been something that people have posted for 6 years now.
Yeah,
It's so sweet. It is sweet.
I'll show you guys the thing
10
she does. Hold on,
seconds remaining.
hold on. This is what she does. She goes
5 seconds remaining.
like that. That's it. I don't know if that's a meme.
Oh, we've got a potential bald joke incoming from GSO18.
Great.
I saw Tyrion at the supermarket
What
last
is
week.
that? Fuck's sake. What did I just watch, Ted?
No, that's what she does. I'm trying to display. I'm asking if it's a known thing.
Oh dear.
I don't know what it is. I'd love to know the origin of it. She does it all the time.
Dire team pick.
Silencer.
Oh my god.
Oh, not the bad silencer.
This is Jekk Silencer. A man whose watch is much slower than everyone else's. He's never on time with the globals. There's nothing past 12 minutes.
10 seconds remaining.
Calling it. I think it's a block pick for Daniel the Wise, maybe.
Dire team pick.
Invoker.
They've picked the Invoker for Dorsey. This is why I like to see you ban out the Wogan Storm. You don't care about his TA. You pick the Invoker. Now Wogan's fucked.
10 seconds remaining.
Invoker.
5 seconds remaining.
The only other heroes Wogan kind of plays is Void Spirit and Monkey King. Although I haven't seen him play Void Spirit a bit. Monkey's alright.
They should do Invoker Void. I'm not even kidding. Has the passive SF build made it to the in-house yet? I don't know what that is. You just max the whatchamacallit? The
I think
shadow.
you don't get raise at all.
Lion.
Is this a support invoker? I think it might be. It's SF, but you don't skill raise.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, he does hit like a fucking truck. But that doesn't let you take camps real quick, right? So I thought that was like a big thing for SF, was that however the lane goes, you can just go blap blap and take camps real easy.
5 seconds remaining.
Also, doesn't that mean like you're never ulting like in the laning stage? You're expecting the laning stage to go on for long enough that you just never fucking... You just click.
Dire team banned.
I eat pupies. I don't know if you're a top tier player or not. If the pros are doing it, it's probably
Valiant
broken.
team banned.
People are going mom and power farming. My god. TA ban? Who bans around Wogan? Come on. Just give him whatever he wants.
10 seconds.
He's going to pick
remaining.
Monkey King. And he's going to lose.
5 seconds remaining.
I would be worried about Vi Oracle. Oh, they banned Vi Oracle. Fair, fair, fair.
Dire team
Played with
banned.
Hobbit. Hobbit's been playing carry in the morning stat games. Did alright. Actually did surprisingly well.
Radiant team banned.
Whiskey_dog just resubbed for 5 months. Flax 5 dead.
Man, I haven't watched June, but I know the story. Sodok or Champ, but it's hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac. I still haven't had a chance to see it. I really do want to see it. Maybe I'll see it in Bristol when I'm down there. Because there'll be some time when I'm not streaming and there's naught to do, and I might pop to the cinema then and see it.
Flair just resubbed for 1 month.
Banned. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
This not on Amazon Prime. I was looking at Amazon Prime the other day, and they have the original Dune, which I've seen about 50 times. Atomic Heart Month, when it does come out, how is it ever going to live up to our expectations? It's not. I saw some footage of the gameplay, and it looked super jank. It looked like a lot of Russian games where it's just everything, like any monster that's any challenge just hits like a fucking truck. You never have any ammo, and it looks like fucking rough.
10 seconds remaining.
Wheel of Time is not bad.
5
I
seconds
will rent Dune. I will happily rent Dune and watch it, like genuinely. I don't really care about the cinema experience anymore, which is sad, but I just find that I just don't care. Like, if I had never seen anything good on the small screen, I'd understand it, but you know. The book, when I read the book, it was genuinely amazing. I haven't read it in a few years. I've read it like 3 times, I think. I do really love it. It's very good sci-fi. It's very good. There's all little details that I think are just awesome, but am I going to see the new Matrix film? Yeah, probably. I mean, I've already kind of trying to guess what the plot of the new Matrix is from the trailer, and it looked like they were like I'm sure there's a moment where I saw Neo go like, "Whoa, I feel like we've been here before," and I'm like, okay, so they're like reliving past lives and memories or something.
Yeah, he's in like a coffee shop with Trinity or something.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Do I know you?"
Yeah, and he's like, "I feel like we've had this conversation before." I know Kung Fu. I bet that line comes up.
10 seconds remaining.
Show me. This is a sparring program.
5 seconds remaining.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me! Again.
How did I beat?
You're too fast. Do you honestly think that my speed and my strength has anything to do with my muscles in this place? You think that's air you're breathing? Again.
Again!
Morpheus is fighting Neo. God, I love that film.
Team pick.
God, look at his neurokinetics.
They're off the chart. Fuck me. We may have seen this film too many times.
I think just that scene, I've watched it a lot.
You're on Amazon Prime on TV right now. Dune is there, the new one. Really? I might watch that tonight. I remember I saw that in the cinema when it came out, and the trailers were really good because you didn't know what the Matrix was at the time. What, 99? I think it came out. Like, it looked incredible. Like the effects and everything were like beyond anything we'd seen before, because CGI was around for a few years but looked like shit. There is one effect, I've said before, there is one effect in the Matrix that can fuck off. It's so bad, and it's when they take over a human or they stop taking over a human, and it goes like wonk. And it's just like the shittest looking effect. It really looks like a computer game effect, but other than that, it's so good.
Radiant team back.
Yeah. I mean, that, like, the scene in Reloaded with him fighting a load of fucking Smiths.
Yeah, well, it's awful.
It could have been a Pog scene, but then you just look and you're like, God, he looks like a video game character.
Yeah, it's so bad. Oh yeah, you can rent Dune. How about that? I'll watch that tonight then. God, it's 2.5 hours. Fuck.
It's a big one.
Matrix 2 and 3 are genuinely awful. Like, I don't care if you want to say, oh, the highway scene was quite good. Watch it again and watch the bit where the agent jumps from one car onto the hood of another car and tell me that it's worth the slow-mo, because the effect honestly, I'm not even kidding, looks like something out of a video game on the PlayStation. It is so fucking bad. All the additional characters, the bit where he meets the architect, it's like they did, like, it's like all of these things were like, oh, we intended it to be part of a trilogy. If you intended it to be part of a trilogy, why was the first film a complete story? If you intend it to be part of a trilogy from the start, like the MCU, when they had... They clearly intended this to be part of a longer story with Thanos, because they built it up over multiple movies. Matrix 1 was a complete movie, and in my opinion, a perfect complete movie. An action movie. It was perfect. It was all made sense. At the end, when he flies away, Mrs. F turned to me in the cinema and said, they fucked it. And I was like, why? She was like, why did he fucking fly away? That's wank. I was like, alright. I mean, he's just like ascended, isn't he? She was like, fucking awful. Like, she really hated it. And she was right. Because the next two movies are like, alright, we've got Superman Neo, what do we do? Because essentially all the peril has gone for Neo. He doesn't care about the agents. He could fight 1 billion agents. He can see the Matrix, he can control the Matrix. There's no peril. And somehow they inserted it, and the way they did it was people in giant robots fighting flying things. And just awful effects, and just like machine guns, like that. And also, the moment you actually showed the human city, it needs to be somewhere I would want to be. It looked like the sort of party where I would go in and go, fuck this, and leave. People with the bongos out, you know, let's have fun, woo, we're a bunch of hippies. What the fuck? This is the last remnants of humanity. Pay attention, people. Put the bongos away. Let's get on with things. Come on, there's work to be done. Look like they've just come from fucking the Fire Festival. Why is this the last remnants? So I didn't care about them. And then they had the robots, and I was like, this is stupid. It was bad.
I think Men in Black suffers a bit of the same.
Yeah, first movie was good,
The first
right?
movie was great, and it was like a complete story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what was going on in the second movie. That is undoubtedly one of the poorest movies.
Just awful. Like, normally what happens is they're like, the second movie is whoever won the first movie has to teach someone else for some reason, and they now come through and they're the new hero or whatever. Like, that's normally how it works is, oh, by the way, we got Medusa, so Radiant one.
I mean, Men in Black 3 was actually not bad. I liked it. I mean, it was a bit silly at times, but those movies are. It was, but what were they thinking in 2? I do not understand it.
Like, if you think about Men in Black 1, like, with any, so-called origin film, essentially, the story of Will Smith joining the agency is a really good one because we learn about it with him. Classic protagonist story. So there's some underground something or other, and they don't know about it any more than we do. We learn about it through their eyes. Just like The Matrix with Neo. Perfect. Once the second film comes out, we know. We already know what's happening. We know the score. So you now need to invent new shit, and they just can't. They're like, how do we add to this? We already came up with this great story. It's really hard to suddenly add this whole extra layer. It's difficult. It's really, really difficult. So I just think if you're going to make a trilogy, you have to structure it from the start, bravely, so that maybe at the end of Matrix, he beats Agent Smith in a fight. And they're like, holy shit, he could be the one. Bam, second movie, he's trying to get there. And the third movie is he becomes the one. That's the only way it works. If at the end of the first Star Wars, he kills Darth Vader, there's no sequels. They blew up the Death Star, but that's easy. Darth Vader's still going. We could bring him back for next number 2. We could fucking have another Death Star, which they literally did. And no one blinks. Everybody's like, yeah, of course they built another one. He blew up the first one. Job done. Bonks.
Who's playing the Medusa then?
Boots first. Bonks.
Yeah, this is over. This is over, lads.
Another thing that didn't look so good for Dyer was they got down to 0.01 of a second before picking the Luna. And I was very surprised they didn't random, it was that close. Which means they're really not sure about this pick. They didn't want to pick it.
Yes, Major Ziggy, I agree. Suddenly the studio was like, we will need a sequel! Like, it's the same with bands and albums. It's not that often that you find a band whose first album is the one where there's room for improvement. Like, normally it's like the first album, maybe the second or third album they peak. But once they get big, they're just spending all their time touring and playing the same old shit. Where's the time to spend 10 years perfecting your material, working on it, getting it just right? It doesn't happen. It's rare. There's so many bands, their first album is their best album. I think with a lot of film series like The Matrix, the first one's the best one because they didn't actually plan for it to be a trilogy. They said they did because that's how you secure the funding for a trilogy, which is fair enough. But you need to fucking put some shit in there that's setting up another movie. I think one of the issues might be you need to go to the studio and say, like, look, we've got this film, we think it's going to be really shit hot. If it's a hit, can you guarantee us more films? Because if so, we've got this shit we can put in that will set up the sequels and it'll be fucking hype. Like, can you imagine if at the end of the first Avengers movie, when they get the stone and everything, and I think they see Thanos at the end, the studio would be like, we're not sure. So it just ends with them saving New York, and that's the end. But instead, you had 20 films, TV series, all setting up the fight with Thanos at the end, so it felt like this huge payoff that was actually worth it and meant something. The offlane CK, the lads love it. I fucking hate it.
Glasses Phoenix.
I don't think Back to the Future was a trilogy from the start, and I'll tell you why. I remember when Back to the Future came out, and it was clear that there was going to be another one, and at no point did it feel like there was. It felt like it took years for the next film to come out. Like, literally, I was like, oh my god, they're going to do Back to the Future 2. There's no way they set that up to be part of a trilogy. No fucking way. Like, if you watch the films that made us, that, like, you know, when they made that film and everything, I don't think for a second that they were like, we're going to fucking make 3 of these. No way. They may say they did, but there's nothing in... I mean, the ending into the first was the only thing that sets up another film. And that's easy to chuck in. The Back to the Future trilogy is not good. The first one is incredible, like a great movie. Are you telling me you like the cowboy one? Come on, dude. And the second one is like, hey, did you like Back to the Future 1? Wait, it's Back to the Future 2, it's more of the same. So it was pretty poor. Evoker so far doing well on Dorsey.
Yeah.
I think Dorsey's just a bit more practiced at the hero than Wogan is on
Yeah.
Lena.
I actually might say that Dorsey has less Invoker games, and the simple reason why he's a bit of a better Invoker is he tries to play Invoker. He doesn't try to play Sunstrike Bot.
Bonk's having a good old click off with Hobbit top lane. The side lanes are the real disaster for Dire. 3 CS on a CK is really bad. And Medusa's having a free start.
I mean, when it comes to Star Wars, if we're talking about Star Wars, I'm sorry to talk about movies while there's a game going on, but it's a laning stage. Who fucking cares?
True.
The thing is that I think people forget about Star Wars is that the first 3 films, in other words, the ones that were actually good, and started this whole thing off, were not the vision of one man working with a group of people who were terrified to tell him, no, this sucks. You had an awful lot of really, really competent filmmakers around him. Like, George Lucas alone is a fucking disaster. And by the time that the new trilogy came out, so much time had passed that everyone was like, yes, George, whatever you say. No one was like, I think this sucks, George, and we should do something different. It was whatever he wanted, made it into the film. With the first 3 films, it was definitely not, wow, George Lucas is a genius. It was people saying, George, this is a really good kernel of an idea, but to work as a film, we need to do the following 50 things. And he did. That's the problem. So when the prequel trilogy came out, it was like, shit. It was shit. I waited years for those films, and they were fucking dog. And then the new trilogy came out, and it was classic Disney. They were like, we bought an IP. We want to play it safe. What did people like the first time? We'll do that again, which is standard. And honestly, for the amount of money they had to pay for Star Wars, I don't blame them. The editing, there's a really good video about the editing for the original Star Wars movie and what Lucas wanted to do, what the editor did. I can't remember what it's called or who made it, but you can find it. And it is incredible.
Info.
Wow.
You don't see that very often.
You do not. You really do not.
Can you justify this in any way, shape, or form? Because I don't think I can.
No, not at the moment.
No. I mean, the reason I think it's unjustifiable is when you think about most mid-heroes like Lina, and this is just my understanding of it as a shit Invoker player. Deny that Carty! Oh, Dorsey. Is that
most Dorsey has denied a lot of range creeps.
He has. He got 16, but the Carty was 1 hit, and it's a lot of money. If you think about Lina, she actually needs mana to farm and harass, right? Like, that's kind of her thing. He has yoinked her fucking regen route, which is pretty pog. If he had any levels in W on the Flax 111 build, he'd be away. Just saying. Is that you need the mana to farm and harass. What? He's leaving it?
Well, I think he's maybe going to come back for late when he needs one bottle charges.
That's interesting.
It's the most ridiculous fucking thing I've seen.
That's incredibly bad. I don't like that at all.
Just take the rune, lads.
It's like he's put it in the bank. But it's a bank where the vault is completely open and everyone can just walk in and take it. I can't remember what I was saying. Fuck it, whatever. Oh, I remember now. I remember now. Is that Invoker?
Or whatever. Like,
I mean, I know it's going to be bollocks. I know it's going to be bollocks. So Invoker's farm comes from his right click, which you only need exhort levels for that, and his regen comes from his Q anyway. So who fucking cares? Like you don't need a bottle as much. You don't need a lot of spells.
The only thing I can think of is mana regen if you're casting a lot of spells.
Right.
He's not casting that many spells.
Indeed, he is not. Oh my god! Why did you turn around, Goon Sir?
Daniel the Goon.
Like, Empire Strikes Back was almost like a bunch of people realised, wow, we've actually got something here, and made sure that it was a good movie.
Vi in trouble.
Vi fine.
Vi no longer in trouble.
Vi debate enemy cleverly. Medusa
has 33 last hits, 17 denies. Not a bad haul.
Fucking Legion Commander, what's this? Popping off in top lane.
Yeah.
Listen, I know that people hated the new series of movies, the new trilogy, and they're bad, but they are still better than the prequels. The prequels were fucking abysmal. Like, there's nothing redeemable about the prequels. I'm very happy saying that.
Very memeable, though, at the very least.
Yeah, they're memeable because they suck.
Something good came out of it.
Oh my god! Who got the win?
The
Legion? Legion just got it by a whisker.
Yeah, this is. I didn't think about that anti-synergy. The Legion dueled and immediately got sunstruck by the enemy Invoker. It's going to make it quite difficult to get these early game kills.
If you were a little kid when the prequels came out, I'm sure you have a lot of fondness for it, and that's fair enough. But I don't want to harp on about it too much. But if you watch the guys that do the half in the bag reviews, Red Letter Media, they did a really good takedown of the prequels and why they fucking suck. And when they point out all the massive filmmaking boo-boos, it's honestly impossible not to look at the movies and be like, I knew they were bad, but I didn't know why. Like, I honestly couldn't even put into words exactly what was so terrible, and they do. And you're like, oh my god, I've forgotten about that bit. There's so many things you just don't notice. And when you combine it with the George Lucas interviews prior to the movies, like, for example, they're for kids. I don't know why people are having a go with the movies. They're for kids. They're kids' movies. Opens with a trade dispute. Classic kids stuff. Like, he got stuck between two stools where he wanted to make a movie that people would take seriously and that was going to be good. But he's not a filmmaker. He's not. He's just not. He's a guy who came up with a cool idea and has been living off it forever. Everything else George Lucas has made fucking sucked. People haven't seen Howard the Duck. Watch Howard the Duck and then come at me. They can't fucking click the CK because of this fucking Phoenix. That was so funny.
even though jogging in for another attempt on the kill top, but a nice stun from Bonks will save her life. Daniel has completely given up blading top. He is now hitting a small camp with level 1 W.
Yeah, I think George Lucas is one of the producers for Raiders of the Lost Ark. But whatever he comes up with, he's competing with Steven Spielberg, who, regardless of what you think about him, knows how to make a good movie. Like, there's no denying that he's the most successful director of all time. Like, he's incredibly good at making films that people like to watch and want to see. He understands characters, he understands development, he understands plot arcs and all the rest of it. Like, Spielberg knows what he's fucking doing. So Lucas can come in and say, I think they should fight a bunch of giant monkeys. And Spielberg's like, let's save it for the 4th film, eh?
Dire's middle tower.
I don't know what happened in the Diamond Crystal Skull, whatever. I don't know who was involved in that, but fuck me, I saw that in the cinema because I was like so hyped.
It was not the best. I watched it when I was a kid, so you know, I just
Right.
enjoyed it.
Well, imagine watching it as an adult.
Yeah.
It does not get worse. Like, we literally looked at each other and were like, what is happening? This is absolutely abysmal. Oh, hello.
Vi is really making plays in the
Vi's doing great, yeah. Vi's a good support.
It's true.
It is the only real redeeming thing is, like, this Luna looks like she's catching up with Medusa, but the majority of these have been jungle camps, so they're not as good.
Hobbit stole that kill.
Look at the net worth. Yeah, Luna is 1.2k behind the Medusa.
Yeah, that's not good.
Wogan's
I think
about
it's
to get
interesting
the bots.
because, I mean, again, the Luna has finished treads and not bought a Morbid Mask, so is struggling in the jungle. If you think about, I always think Luna can farm fast earlier than Medusa, but Medusa's pretty fucking good at farming. I played it the other day, and we were definitely losing that game, but I just got so big, and you're definitely going to get the same kind of time in these games that I did. The Mana Snake, Mystic Snake seems to fucking just rinse most creep camps. I would have taken a level in Stone Gaze by now. I mean, I definitely didn't max Split Shot by the time I should have. And I just Mystic Snaked, and you get so much mana back, and you just hit so hard that it just doesn't really matter.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I would have
I think,
taken a level in
it's
mana.
at this point in the game that she's genuinely her most vulnerable.
Yeah.
But you don't have anyone in these games who's really going to try and punish a Medusa.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Like, the most times we've watched people play Medusa in these games, they aren't leveling ulti.
Yeah.
And I agree with that decision. But you
I
should look
take
at
it
this
because
and
I
say,
assume I'm going to get fucked at some point.
Exactly. This is a risky thing to do.
Yeah.
But it pays off every time because there's no one on the enemy team who wants to try to be active.
I mean, look, if you look at their team, you've got an Invoker who's a very greedy support, and an offlaner, very greedy. Not his fault, he just is. That's a nice catch from Vi.
I think Wogan is doing a pretty perfect
Go Wogan.
game right now in that
Yeah.
he's not trying to go top.
Dire's bottom
He's not trying to create space. He just plays near where the Medusa is.
Yeah.
are fortified.
Oh no.
Oh, Vi! Oh, no! Oh, and now he's just going to feed.
Le petit grip.
What? So, he missed his grip and then quit on life.
I feel like he felt similar to when I messed up the Bible quote earlier. You know, you just give up for a minute, take a little 20-second reset, and then come back into the game.
Oh, that's a dead Wogan.
So, I think you're absolutely right, by the way, what you were saying about
Is under attack.
they don't have anyone to pressure the Medusa. Jekk still doesn't have ult. He's just dead.
This is what you should be doing. Bring
Yeah.
4 heroes in or 5
And
heroes
go get
in.
him, yeah.
Oh, Hobbit.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Is that, if you think about it, CK, he's underfarmed, because he's a CK in the off lane, so it's not going to be as pog as he'd like. Then they've got a Luna who wants to farm, and Invoker who wants to farm. They've had to change up what they do and send 5 heroes to take a tier 1.
Fallen.
Like, that is not good. That is very bad. I think even though they killed the Medusa, I think that's dreadful for the Dire team. I really do. A tier 1 and all their ults and 5 heroes? I think that's terrible. So how else do you kill
Wogan's done the right thing again and gone to play bot, and he's like, this world is a shit place to be. I should be the one going here.
He is going to die, though.
Having an amazing game. Yeah, this is a bad way to play it, but going bot and giving his space to the Medusa is the right thing to do. You can just do it a bit more subtly than just walking in and feeding.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that was the right place to play. But look at the Dire vision. Look at the Dire vision. They've got 2 wards and a sentry down in the jungle. They have realized, right, lads, we're up against a Medusa. I think the issue is this is actually where they need to play, is the triangle. Must be where they know she's going to be. But if their plan now is, we're just going to fucking go ham, I think that's the right play against a Medusa, because she is not ready to fight. I played it the other day and I got the Ags and the Shard.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like, if you get any kind of time at all, it's just so dumb. They cannot fight you ever.
The Ags isn't as good as it was, but can anyone chat answer this? Did they change CK illusions so they don't get one shot by Medusa, Ag, Snake anymore? They don't one shot anymore. Yeah, I thought so.
I'm timing you out.
Dorito vision in the Yongler.
That's what that is a Dorito. I was complimenting their vision, but I don't like that. Soup, I'm timing you out for saying that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it's the most boring fucking take. And I just, who cares, dude? Oh, it's a Christmas movie. Is it a Christmas movie the way that, say, It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie, or Elf is a Christmas movie? Alright, you set it at Christmas. Oh, it's a Christmas movie. Alright, then so is, what was it I watched the other day? That's a Christmas movie. It's a classic action movie. I can't remember what it is. And nobody brings it up. Lethal Weapon. Is Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie? Because guess when it's set? Christmas. Anyone? Anyone ever heard that? The Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. Where's this?
A Boomerang says Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie because it has elves.
It's not a Christmas movie. It's clearly not a Christmas movie. It's a stupid thing to say. A Christmas movie is a film that you have to watch at Christmas because it's always on at Christmas and it's about Christmas.
Oh no, the nightmare has fucked it. Oh, that's really bad. Vi has cunted that one.
He's gonna live though.
Yeah.
He did kill Phoenix. I'm gonna get bonks.
Run, bonks. No bonks.
Vi is.
No, being set vaguely around Christmas does not a Christmas movie make. A Christmas movie has to be something where Christmas is the core dynamic of the film. Otherwise, it's a film set on one of 365 days of the year. What? Why is it a Christmas? Who fucking cares? Why is this such a famous? You know what's the best Christmas movie? Die Hard. Oh, well done, genius. You figured it out. Press R, Jake. Oh, I would be pressing R right now.
Actually listened. Now that is a Christmas miracle right there.
Look at all this mana Jake's about to get back. So stupid.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Wait till we get stabbed. Beautiful level 20 talent. In goes the evil Teddy.
Oh, hello.
Left the jewel off.
Level 10 talent. Wow.
Oh my God, Dawsy.
You click Vi,
Teddy.
Fool.
I don't know what Vi did there. They do get 2. And le grip, c'est magnifique, oh le luna. Wogan, sans mana. Nevertheless, he gets his turn. As his sleep has gone on bonks. She gets his turn off. She gets a glimmer. They're out of dust. Vi puts down the sentry. Bonks is trying to run. Another sentry. Run, Bonks.
The second sentry is a bit overkill, but I will say Vi is playing maybe the best Pos 5 I've ever seen in the in-house. It's all of the positioning is pretty much spot on.
All right, see hard. That I am really tempted to ban you, but I'm actually just going to time you out for a week. Die Hard is a mediocre action movie. That is, oof. You know what? I'm gonna be repentant. I'm gonna be pleasant and say one day. That is the dumbest opinion I think I've ever heard.
Wogan in a lot of danger now. Wogan down.
Cosmic Ilman just resubbed for 55 months.
Prior to this death, what I was going to say is Wogan is playing some of the best mid I've seen him play. They're both putting in a bloody shift.
Mediocre action movie. What the fuck? I'm still appalled. I'm not going to sleep well tonight thinking that there are people out there with opinions this garbage.
Upgrade him to a week. The day's too merciful.
I'm a merciful man, Plague, as we all know.
You are a merciful man.
Nice tornado from Dorsey, hitting nothing. Here comes the duel. Global silence as well. The duel onto Bonk.
Poor Bonks.
There's the egg.
Oh no, that's so.
A sad egg.
Can we all just go home? I don't want to.
Yeah, it is actually callable. If you have people playing this well on the enemy team and you haven't even dealt with the Medusa problem yet, you're not going to win.
On the green!
The creep!
Look at the positioning to get into the trees and stuff. It's like really hard to stop it.
Loving this Vi performance.
What's Pog?
Never see Vi in my morning games.
I don't even think it's like. I don't think anyone in the Dire has played poorly. I mean, maybe there's some few missed eggs, but it's just Radiant are playing so goddamn well.
Yeah, they really are. They're really doing it.
I think a lot of people don't like the berating that you give them.
I never berate
I live in
Vi.
Florida, probably isn't up.
Oh.
So.
Florida, fucking hell. I take it back. Vi is dumpster tier.
I'm just saying, you get very mad at the lads in the morning. Not without, sort of reason.
Not always.
Some people are just not interested in that, especially for Vi at like 5 in the morning.
How come Dave puts up with it then?
Well, because he's just a sponge.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm ready to play some Ogre or maybe some Witch Doctor. I could do some Witch Doctor. Dave, do something! I'm trying. That's Dave. Just the chillest dude. Yeah, sorry I missed my spell. Oh, here comes Vi with a nightmare setup on a CK.
What has Paragon done this game?
Nothing, because it's fucking support CK.
Pod 3 CK. It's not.
Duel on top of Phoenix. Not going to get the damage.
Oh, the clique!
No.
The clique!
We might be out before 11.
Pretty impressive. I've also only got 8% laptop battery left, so it would be delightful.
8% laptop battery. Plug it in, man.
I cannot because I can either have my headphones in or my charger in. So I'm alternating at the moment to keep it running. But we're almost there. So
good lord, yeah, we are. It's close.
hopefully. If I suddenly disconnect, it means I've misjudged.
Someone fucking buy Plague a new laptop. Jesus Christ.
No, I just need to get it repaired. It's
Plague's a poor lad.
It's a year and a half old now.
A year and a half old, and he needs to get an upgrade. That is why he does not deserve a laptop from me.
I don't need an upgrade. I need to get it repaired. Fuck off.
Vi?
No, if you want to buy me a laptop, guys, I wouldn't say no.
To be fair, you are the nicest to all of the goons out of the three of us, so I think you're most likely.
Yeah, but I'm not Eri levels of nice. Like, there has to,
He's
you have
not
to be really
always nice.
Yeah, but Eri isn't nice, that's the thing.
He has an acid tongue.
He has a faux nice.
He's Minnesota nice. Any Americans in chat?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You guys got that reference, I take it. A Velvet Glove Cast in Iron. One of my favourite Daniel Clowes graphic novels. Hasn't released anything in fucking years. So Daniel Clowes is he makes graphic novels. He's brilliant man. Big fan of his work. And he made one called A Velvet Glove Cast in Iron, which is really, really good. Hobbit Dead, Medusa ult pop. Glasses needs to
don't know
press
why
R
they
here.
ran out of Roche for this.
Glasses
It doesn't seem
needs
like
to
play.
press R here! Why run it?
Run,
Oh,
Daniel. No,
you
Daniel.
had it! You had the best egg! It was
Oki
hidden!
just resubbed for 6 months.
Alright. Just fucking send it, boys. Just... Ah, that was a spot for the egg. That was like he was tucked in here. They didn't even see him. Egg. Fight changed. Just zips into them all and then does it. Anyway, so Daniel Clowes was in a lawsuit with Shia LaBeouf, of all people, who took one of his comics and made it into a short film, giving no credit, using the exact same fucking dialogue, and then proceeded to tweet a bunch of cryptic arcane stuff, which is, like, you can go and look it up. Clowes is Clowes, if you weren't aware of it already. Go and look it up. It is bizarre. I knew that Shia LaBeouf was nuts, but when you look at this, you think, alright, he's more than nuts. He's insane. Like, he's legitimately insane. So yeah, go and look it up. But Daniel Clowes hasn't done a comic, as far as I can tell, in 6 or 7 years. And I'm waiting. Hobbit almost dying to Roche. Enemy team hanging out in their triangle, chilling. Do you know, I think the fact that Stone Gaze pierces spell immunity is the most bullshit thing about it.
It is pretty nuts. I don't know the last time when Medusa lost. Like, it just feels every game like
They just can't handle it.
it's like some like flowchart. Medusa has good lane, and then next step Medusa farms until it's very strong. Medusa has bad lane, also goes Medusa farms and becomes very strong.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I mean, if you look at their lineup, it's like we were saying, like CK. I just don't see this as a hero that starts fights in a decent way. What does he do as an offlaner? I don't know why the lads keep picking him. They do it all the time. I play in the morning. Like, what about some CK offlane? I'm like, oh my god! Like, what does he do? He has one stun, and then he maybe helps push some towers. And yeah, you might be able to blow up a support. Might need some more from you than that. Because they need to go looking for fights, and I just don't feel like CK is that guy.
They're wrapping around for a smoke here, gonna come up their high ground into lads.
Into Jekk, who does not have... He's just gonna walk away. They're gonna turn this. Presses R and goes back in, there's the global!
Disaster.
It's
This
over!
Is an absolute fucking disaster. Oh, the grip
The
as well.
grip!
God,
And the
she's
duel.
good.
Go ahead and call it.
Just call it.
Glasses didn't even get egg off because of the global silence.
That was a beautiful
They, in fact, the Radiant team picked 2 heroes the lads can't beat. Silencer and Medusa.
This has been brutal.
Yeah, this has been a
Was there a
slaughter.
balancing issue this game? Like, what's going on?
You have to ask Gary. Who took the Aegis?
Well, I asked the teams if they wanted to play like this, and they said they would.
They said it was fine.
Zarok just
So
resubbed
gooning on
6
behalf of the
months.
Dire.
99% win probability. Vi has fed again.
Strange, but Jekk is in.
It doesn't
BKB
matter.
down
Daniel
on
Daniel
the
used
Wogan,
his
the jewel
whole
comes out.
ult.
They just need to click the egg now.
They actually
This
had...
leader pick was
Yeah,
really
they
good.
actually had the perfect counters to all their heroes.
Oh, Dorsey dead. Oh no. Just good drafting. Good
I mean,
drafting for
you
the lads.
can just call it, guys. Yeah, well done.
There we go.
Radiant victory.
What a fucking
Well.
stomping. I think that if there's a way that we can balance these better, we need to look at it. Because
Well, as Eri just said, he moved someone across. He moved Glasses across to play a core hero to balance out Jekk, and Glasses then picked Phoenix and did nothing.
right, but honestly, I don't feel like
Just resubbed for 19 months.
the issue is purely like who was calling the shots for this team. Like their draft makes sense and is good. This draft does not make sense and is not good. And it was just like I just don't get it. Like, but then they also played like shit. It wasn't just the draft. We've seen plenty of times where we think a team is, oh, they fucking lost. Look how outdrafted they were, and they win because they play better. The Bussy Batrol team must just be much better than the Door Nockers team. How is this happening? How is this happening? Glasses is
Either
Dire's
way.
best player and played Phoenix. Radiant picked Medusa and had Teddy on a playmaking core to make space for Medusa. But why aren't the Door Nockers doing that? Well, that's what I'm saying is we need to figure out who are the actual competent lads and make sure that there is at least one competent lad on each team who is at least telling the lads what to do and what to pick. Because I don't know if the captains actually have a say. We've spoken about this before. Well, like, I don't know if they just say, what do you want to play? Or if they have some kind of draft in mind. But something's gone wrong. Because there's 3 stomps tonight. Some weeks we get 3 balanced games. It just happens sometimes. But I do think coaches actually made the games more balanced. They do actually make the games more balanced. Well, Silo, the thing is, what we don't want is 3 stomps and done by fucking 10:50. Well, Ashwin and Plague do. But in terms of actually good games, it would be much more fun to watch these games if they were close. But they weren't. MVP Vi, I'm going to say...
MVP Vi easily.
Definitely.
I would like to throw an on to either Evil Teddy or Wogan.
Yeah.
Wogan's
which
because
do
you
you
listened to fucking the build.
I do really think Wogan...
Just bought a BKB, like, it's that easy.
Wogan actually did a lot this game. I thought it was a really good Lena pick. Did well in lane. Itemized well. I mean, 11, 3, and 10 tells a story. I think Wogan for a honourable. Absolutely.
And then is there even any point dispensing dishons here? I mean,
No,
there were some suspect eggs, but it was so over.
The lads love to pick Phoenix, but very few of them actually know how to play it. Even Jekk, who I've seen play Phoenix a lot, will just egg in the middle of the enemy team. Listen, it has a huge AoE. The egg burn and the stun. It's fucking huge. And you take it into them and egg there, and they just click you like 6 times and you die. Just don't do it. Also, they really do struggle. Luna seems to be the go-to. We don't know what carry to pick, so let's pick Luna. And they lose the lanes all the time. Like, they just cannot do it. They build the wrong items. They lose the lanes. They can't jungle well. And the game is over. PA is right there, lads. All she needs is Deso BKB and you can win some of these games. Just fucking pick PA. I don't understand it. Like, the lads get dumpstered by PA all the time. Just fucking pick PA. This Luna we rarely see work. Anyway. Gentlemen, a pleasure as ever.
GG's.
Thank you for casting this week. I think I'm... Let me just check my calendar. Hold on.
Are you Bristol bound for the next in-house?
I am. So I am down next Tuesday.
That is your last day, isn't it?
Of what? No, I'm there till Thursday. I'm there for a full week.
Oh, okay.
But I have something booked on the Tuesday, and then I'm just going to dick about on the Wednesday and Thursday. So Wednesday just to fucking dick about and probably recover from drinking on the Tuesday, and then Thursday I'll drive home. So I'm not gonna be there for the in-houses on the 14th unless we postpone them, which I know has caused an awful lot of ructions in the past with the lads.
We can always throw up a straw poll to farm some drama if we want to.
We could do that. I mean, I would love to put them off to the Thursday. I'll be back for that Thursday. It'll be like one of the last in-houses before Christmas. I would be happy to do it. It would just be really, really good. Otherwise, it's literally a week without the in-houses on the channel, which I just kind of think, you know, why do that rather than just wait 2 days? Like, it's not like everybody works on a Thursday night and not a Tuesday night. Like, we could still get lads. Tuesday is Jingle Jam in-house. What does that mean, Poster Boy? A non-sub who doesn't play in the in-houses. What does that mean? Jake says...
Yeah, isn't it the Scrub Dota thing on Tuesday?
But I think that's Dav and me and probably Harry and some other guys playing. I don't think it's the actual in-houses.
Get them in the in-house, mate.
That would be fucking hilarious. But
Chuck him in a game with bonks and fucking...
I thought it was... I do think it was Sunday. I think Harry's right. I thought that was Sunday. But either way, let's put it to the community, and if they decide that they'd rather play the in-houses on a Tuesday off stream, uncast by me, then fair enough, go for it, and I'll be back the week after that. But if we could just postpone them to the Thursday, I'll be here for that. So just think about it. Because what's the point? It's only 2 days, and I'm going down for the Jingle Jam. It's for charity. I'm not going away just to fuck with you guys. I'm going down because I have a good reason to. Anyway, cheers, boys. I'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. And I'll see you lot tomorrow. Take it easy and peace out.